75%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
My name is Drew. Pronounced with the O.
It's In Your Face with Drew Garabo.
I'll write it and we'll do it long.
I just want to know, have you ever practiced any organized religion at any point in your life?
No, sir.
Okay.
I mean, I was made to go to church when I was young, and the most thing I got out of that was the experience of the choir. But as far as the message was concerned, a lot of it was based in fear. You know, what will happen to you if you do something bad, and I don't think God is, you know, to be feared that way. You understand what I'm saying?
I totally understand what you're saying.
I think he's a loving God, and I think he'll reward you for that, not punish you for your mistakes.
Live from the 102.5 The Bone Studios in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Drew Garabo. Live.
Next one is the first song on our new album.
What a monumental day, and a great day to be alive. Good afternoon. My name is Drew Garabo. This is Drew Garabo Live. Hey, Mom. Maurice is with me.
Absolutely.
And we are in studio all of 3 days this week. We are out at Amalie Arena tomorrow for an 8:30 start, late. And then an early start, 6:30 on Thursday. It's like the NHL schedule makers are messing with us. I don't understand making a hockey game start at 6:30 when people are barely eating their dinner, but we roll with the punches is what we do. To both callers currently on hold, you both called separately at the end of Senning's show, and you both would like tickets to tomorrow night's Lightning Panthers Game 1. If you'll both just kindly hold for a moment, I'll let you go back and forth to see which of you deserves those tickets more. The Bone bonus giveaway is back. You're less than an hour away from your opportunity to win $1,000. Make sure that if you get a phone call from a number you don't recognize after the keyword is announced, ideally, answer it. It could be our contest judges calling you.
Don't be a dummy.
In fact, you know what? Before I even launch into anything.
How was your day?
Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Hello,
Hi, both of you. We'll go
Hi.
ladies first. What is your name, ma'am?
Hi, my name's Megan.
Hi, Megan. And what is your name, sir?
Daniel.
Megan and Daniel, each separately vying for these Bolts Panthers Game 1 tickets. A very coveted ticket. Playoff hockey is so exciting.
I'm Team Megan, Drew.
Yeah, I think
Daniel,
you got the deck stacked against you because you're a dude. Nothing against dudes. Some of my best friends are dudes, but we love the ladies. Megan, when's the last time you were at a Lightning game?
Hi. I've never been to one. I have been wanting to. I have been to the Everblades games, and those are fun.
Okay.
My boyfriend plays hockey, so I go to his beer league games, but I haven't experienced it yet.
Very nice of you. Daniel, when was the last time you attended a Tampa Bay Lightning game?
Oh, man, I got to say it's probably been about 10 years or more.
10 years or more.
Man, this guy sounds greedy, Drew.
Very good. Yeah, what the hell? You go once every decade. So, Megan, would you take your beer league hockey playing boyfriend with you if you won the tickets?
Absolutely. I think you'd love it. I would have a great time.
Okay.
I'm a nurse. I need the day off.
Okay, very good. Playing the medical card. Love it. And Daniel, who would you be taking to the game with you if you were to win the tickets?
My youngest son, my 6-year-old.
Ooh, that's a big one in favor of Daniel, making lasting memories with the 6-year-old. What do you say to that, Megan?
I'm trying to.
Understandable. That is completely understandable. I have 2 boys, so either way is okay.
So wait, so mommy would go to the hockey game while leaving those little boys at home?
Loud noises are a lot for them, so
okay, all right.
maybe not yet.
She's nurturing, Drew.
She's playing the neurodivergent card. Very good. All right. These are. Let's see. Megan, who is your favorite player currently on the Tampa Bay Lightning roster?
Okay, they just changed captains to, his name is Aaron something, and I don't remember his last name, but I promise I'm doing my best. I'm watching more games. I don't remember his last name.
Oh, wow.
He's
Daniel.
the captain now. He took Stamkos' spot.
Aaron something. Sure. Yeah. Aaron, a.k.a. Victor. And Daniel, who is your favorite Lightning player currently on the Bolts roster?
I'd have to go with Nikita Kucherov.
Okay, very good. Cooch, yep, points leader in the NHL for sure. And either one of you, whose benevolence, not Drew Garabo, by the way, is it that we have these Bolts tickets to give away?
Benning show?
Incorrect. Daniel?
Drew.
No.
Yes, I think so.
Not Drew Garabo. No, it's Mike Olivero. Mike Olivero is responsible for these Bolts tickets. Sorry, neither one of you knew that. Boy, gosh, I got to say, Mo, I don't know that either one of them is worthy of these Bolts tickets for tomorrow night.
I got to be honest with you. It's a long show. I say we hold on to them.
Sorry, guys. You both suck, but we appreciate the call very much. Have a great afternoon.
No energy either.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give me a little something. I want to throw this out because I'm looking for a little bit of not religious guidance, but religious insight. Something very unique happened. Probably the most bizarre thing that has ever occurred to me on a golf course and ever will. And I imagine, other than the group playing behind us, no one has ever had this happen before. Had an incredible day, awesome weekend. Took my girlfriend to a very coveted restaurant in Tampa Bay, the Black Pearl in Dunedin. Had a wonderful meal.
Saw photos. Look delicious.
Yeah. Oh, man, that lobster risotto was something else. I am all turned around on the 20% service fee, but we'll talk about that later in the show. I now think it's a terrible idea because I was charged it. And
I'm not going to say I told you so,
no,
Drew.
You're right.
I'm not that guy.
You're right. So Easter Sunday, we went to Lakeland. My son had the day off and actually wanted to spend time with his dad, which is amazing for an almost 22-year-old kid. So we drove to just outside Lakeland to see Sarah's brother, hung out with the whole family for a while, then met my buddy Todd Wright out at Champions Gate, which you may know as the area that backs up traffic on I-4 between Lakeland and Disney. So we were playing couple holes, me, Todd, my son, and we get to number 3 or number 4. And Xander, who only plays one round of golf every couple of years, has a problem hitting it to the right. So he hits it to the right into someone's backyard. And golf balls are replaceable, but they're also not that cheap. So we're looking for it, not trespassing, but we're looking for it on the property line. And this is when things get so weird. And look, I was born Jewish. I don't pretend to know everything or even a lot about Judaism. I know a little bit. I know that gentlemen typically cover their head, especially on holy days or holidays, with a yarmulke. It's like a beanie without a propeller on it. So a gentleman clad in swimming trunks, no shirt, towel around his neck, and a yarmulke looks very Jewish. I can say that because he has a Jewish look to him. Glasses, a nose that is pronounced.
I mean, the yarmulke. Do you need more than the yarmulke?
Dead giveaway. So this gentleman says, I will help you find your ball, but I need you to do something for me. I said, all right. And he said, I swear to you this happened. Todd Wright will be my witness. I would not lie about anything that happened in front of my son. He said, it is a sacred day for me, and my God does not permit me to turn on my jacuzzi. I need you to turn my jacuzzi on for me. Now, immediately, I was impacted by the hypocrisy and paradox of organized religion. I believe, and Mom, please back me up. My mom is Jewish and is my Jewish authority on most things, but I don't think it was a Jewish holiday yesterday. I looked it up. I don't think the Sabbath is a Sunday. I think it's a Saturday for Judaism. That is their holy day. So the Orthodox Jews, Jews believe in neither heaven nor hell. You're telling me that your God, Jewish God, Godstein, Godzenberg, whatever, is okay with you taking a schwitz, a soak in a hot tub, as long as you're not the one who turned the power on? Now, I'm not on the golf course to get into theological discussions on Easter Sunday with anyone, let alone while I'm trying to find my son's errant drive while knowing that my drive is approximately 101 yards from the hole, which, spoiler alert, I will later go on to hit an approach wedge to within 6 feet and make the birdie putt after this encounter. I didn't wish to get into an evolved, elevated discussion with him about how ridiculous it is that he can sit in a hot tub on Easter Sunday as long as he does not turn the power on to his jacuzzi. Now, I'm not looking to hold up the group behind me any more than I already have. It was a very sparse day out on the golf course. Most people were not playing golf. They were celebrating either 420 or Easter Sunday or both. So I declined. I didn't say no, but I said, I'm good, thank you. Because what I like to do when someone asks me something that I don't want to do, I like to act as if I have asked them something. Like I'm like, oh no, I'm good. Like if a homeless person has said, hey, you got $5? I go, oh, I'm good, thank you.
Got it.
Like he has just offered me $5.
I like that. Yeah.
It confuses people enough to where you can make your exit without any further conversation.
I'll be stealing that.
Please do. And so when he said to me, would you turn my jacuzzi on for me? I said, oh, I'm good. And he said, no, I don't think you understand. And I just get in the cart, son. We'll get another golf ball. And we get in the cart and we go. But then I'm thinking to myself, today's not a Jewish holiday. Today's Easter Sunday. Passover was last week. And plus, where's the planning, guy? Was your plan all along to accost some random heathen golfer so that, and plus, what if Jewish God knows that I'm Jewish and then I don't end up reaping the rewards of the afterlife because I turned on your hot tub for you on a very holy day? I'm still so confused as to how all that works.
Now, is there a possibility that this was a setup to where he looks at you and goes, yeah, I can probably seduce this one easy, get you to the hot tub, you turn it on, and then all of a sudden the music comes on and he says, would you like to join me for a schwitz?
Soak, like a seductive version of Hava Nagila starts to play.
Exactly. He's doing what do they call it? A good thing, a shiva?
Oh yeah, he's doing a mitzvah.
Mitzvah, that's a good.
Yeah, and you hear like a porno version of Hava Nagila.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still so befuddled. And then I could see him after I made my birdie putt, we moved on. I could see him asking the group behind us the same damn thing. So when they caught us on the next par 3, I said, gentlemen, did you turn on the jacuzzi for him? They looked at me as if to say, yeah, of course we did. You'd have to be a real asshole not to. And I'm like, I know I wasn't in the wrong. I'm not there to get into a theological discussion with anyone about any damn thing, but for crying out loud, that was one of the weirdest damn things.
Maybe I missed it. What was your reasoning for not just turning on the jacuzzi?
I didn't want to.
But why?
I'm there to find my damn golf ball and move on.
It's a switch, Drew.
Yeah, I don't know where that switch is.
It's in your pants.
By the way, Passover did conclude yesterday, so I guess it was his holiday.
See?
It was the last day of Passover, according to my mom. Some look at it as a holy day, as son, the Sabbath religious Jews may not use electricity.
Wow.
Well, you're using electricity.
No, you're using electricity.
Oh no! If he is enjoying a soak with jets, he is using electricity.
Well, it's not. I have some relatives in the tribe, two of my boys, but I don't want to know everything. But you can utilize things throughout the day that use electricity.
You just can't turn it on? What, you're allowed to watch TV as long as you get some Gentile to turn on your Get out of here with that nonsense. I am not participating in your religious nonsense on the holiest of days. Hello, who are you?
Hi, this is Tim.
What's up, dude?
Hey, I know you're not a big fan of Seinfeld, but this is right up Seinfeld's alley.
Oh.
There was an episode where Putty, he became Christian.
Who?
But he wanted the newspaper next door. Putty.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I
won-
know I'm somewhat familiar with Seinfeldian characters. I don't know who that one is. Who's that one?
He's actually a guy. He wore face makeup when he actually went to baseball games, football games.
Allow me to facilitate this story. Putty was Julie Louise Dreyfus's boyfriend, off and on boyfriend.
Okay.
He was a big Jesus nut, and he asked her to take the neighbor's paper when he didn't get one day, and she goes, "Why don't you?" He goes, "Because I'm going to heaven, you're going to hell," because she didn't believe in God.
Okay, so he would try to get other people to do things for him that he knew he shouldn't have been doing. This
Right.
Putty character. Thank you, Maurice. Go on, sir.
No, that's the same whole entire thing. And at the end of the situation, I guess she stole his Jesus fish. So maybe you should have actually took his yarmulke. I don't know.
I'm not swapping any yarmulkes out there. I'm not there to make the guy's religious life worse, but I'm also not there to help him participate in religious hypocrisy.
I hate to say it, Drew, but I'm team holy man.
If you're taking a schwitz, if your plan is to soak in your jacuzzi, you are using electricity, home piece. Now I got to Google, can an Orthodox Jew use a jacuzzi on Passover?
Yeah, because it would be the same as watching TV as long as you didn't turn it on.
That's insane. Hello, who are you?
Hey, guys. My name is Brent.
Hi, Brent.
What's up, Drew? What's up, Captain Nemo?
Hey.
May I please be in contention for the playoff hockey tickets?
No. Hello there. Welcome to Drew Garabo Live. Who are you?
Hey there.
Hi.
I can think of it as the last Passover, and he was trying to go by the book.
Well, if you're going by the book, don't you not use electricity and you don't even sit in a damn hot tub?
Hey, I know people that won't even carry their keys and ask somebody else to drive their car. So each their own, and they come up with their own little.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to come up. If you're going to come up with your own religious tenets, just make your own damn religion. All right, during the 8 days of Passover, according to AI, which knows everything these days, Orthodox Jews typically avoid using hot water, including in a jacuzzi, for a few reasons. It's considered a form of work on the main days of the holidays. It's often associated with mukhzeh, items that are generally forbidden to handle on Shabbos and Yom Tov, and can involve washing one's entire body, which is also forbidden on those days. So this guy selectively decides that he can bathe and that he can go in a jacuzzi, which has heated hot water, but you can get away with it all as long as you get some other. And by the way, if he knew I was Jewish, which if you look at me, my nose should tell you I'm at least part Jewish. You should look at me and go, oh, man, I better find somebody who's not a member of the tribe. I'm so confused. But
I don't know if I'd look at you and that might go Italian.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, the thing is, the golfing gods, which, no offense, are more important to me than the Jewish gods, the golfing gods decided I did the right thing by not helping the guy out because, A, I birdied that hole. Nice. B, I broke 90 for the first time in many, many, many years. So
okay,
the golfing gods were like, you did the right thing, my son. But I even think that Jewish God conspired with golfing God to say, hey, this guy helped this Orthodox Jewish guy realize how ridiculous it is to ask someone else to turn on your jacuzzi. How do you justify that? And plus, is God such a busybody that he sits up there or she or them sits up in a cloud and goes, what is happening down there in Davenport, Florida? It looks like this gentleman is having a soak. Oh, Upon further inspection, he did not turn on the jacuzzi. Someone else turned it on for him. You're getting into Jewish heaven.
Oh, God's about the details, Drew. I mean, the Bible tells us
I don't know, man. I think God's more of a macroeconomics kind of guy. Like, you're a good person. You do not covet neighbors' wives or asses.
And before you say the golfing gods were with you, I would need to know the score of the person that turned on the jacuzzi.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. They seem like good golfers. They were playing behind us, and I was so damn befuddled over that request to turn on another full-grown gentleman's jacuzzi. I was like, how does that even work? Like, if I had a Jewish friend, and I do, if I had a Jewish friend and he was like, Sunday's the last day of Passover, it is not permissible for me to drive a car. Can you take me to the grocery store? I would do it in a minute.
Sure.
But
which is a thing.
Right. But you're engaging in a leisure activity, soaking in a hot tub, which to your God is fine as long as you're not the one who turned on. I'm sorry. That to me is preposterous and insane. If that's how your religion works. That and I'm not here to insult anyone's religion. I try to respect any and all faiths. I think to believe in something is wonderful. I think something created us, and we should all carry ourselves as such. We're all brothers here. By the way, if someone's calling the hotline, our hotline does not work. I know sometimes someone will try to call the hotline and the light will blink. So if you're trying to call the hotline, just call the regular line and we'll answer.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, dude.
I just want to say thanks for Mo for giving me the suggestion on Heaven Hills Bourbon. It was definitely.
Thank you. Yes, Maurice.
When you say that the Jewish faith has a way, or when you imply that they have a way of circumventing certain things, it just reminded me that when I married my Jewish wife, who runs the synagogue? The rabbi at the synagogue could not marry us because I was not Jewish. So I had to seek out, or we had to seek out what's called and this is a true term, radical rabbi who would be allowed to marry a Jewish person with a non-Jewish person.
I get that.
So but isn't that the hot tub? Hot tub light?
Well, he's a radical hot tub user? He didn't look too radical.
He's a radical relaxer, Drew.
He needs some radical board shorts. Hello, who are you? I say hello, it's a bone. Who are you? From the 818. Hello.
Is this Drew?
It is. Who's this?
Drew, my name is Dana. I've been trying to get a hold of you guys for a couple of days.
Oh.
Well, we have. If we're live, your listeners get to hear the behind the scenes. I've been trying to confirm an interview with Pat Boone that was sent over, and there's no message there. There's no number there for me to leave a message. I don't have an email. I was trying to book it for 1:30 today Pacific, which that's obviously not going to happen. It is 5 minutes away. So can you give me a number that I can actually reach somebody to book that interview?
Well, the one you just called reaches us. If Mr. Pat Boone would like to speak with us, he can certainly call that number, and we'll pick up just like we did when you called, sir.
Okay. I'm afraid he's already booked the 1:30 spot. Should he just call in randomly? Or the way we like to do these, because he's done 70 interviews over the last 4 weeks, is schedule a time that works best for you and him. Is there a time that's better?
Any time's really great. Tomorrow we're out at the Lightning game, and Thursday too. So I would say any time today up until, say, 6:50 or so. Wednesday anytime would be good. Friday anytime would be good. Anytime that works for Mr. Boone.
Okay, and you're talking about Eastern time is what your times you're giving me?
I am. We are in the sunny state of Florida, which as of last check, we are still Eastern Standard Time.
I have a home there, so I'm a fan.
Very nice. Oh, awesome. Yeah. So yeah.
All right. Well, So up until 6:30 your time today?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay, I'll try to make that happen.
Well, thank you. Lovely speaking with you, and thanks for the
You
opportunity.
Bet. You bet. And you understand that he's talking about a specific project called One Voices for Tanzania. I think all the material was sent over to you.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One Voices for Tanzania. Absolutely.
Awesome. Great. I'll round him up. Thank you so much for picking up.
Appreciate that. First time I'm hearing of it.
Didn't know you were such a Boone fan.
Love Pat Boone.
Would you consider yourself a Boonie?
I'm a Boonehead. Look.
Now, okay. Now, what are you going to do when Pat Boone calls randomly?
Sorry, wrong number. Hello, who are you?
Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, man.
How we doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Oh, really good. Thank you, man. Appreciate you joining us. What's up?
Right on. So I grew up in Kensington, Brooklyn, okay?
I imagine you ran into a couple of Jewish people up there, probably.
Yeah, I ran into them every day. But like on the Shabbos, on sundown, Friday night until sunup Saturday morning, sundown Saturday night, they couldn't do anything. But us as kids, they used to give us hand change to go up and turn the oven on, change the thermostat, do all kinds of stuff. They can actually use the electricity, but they can't be the one who switches it on. That's what I got out of it.
Doesn't that sound insane, sir?
Yeah, it does. It does.
I mean, look, I get it. Don't eat pork. Thank you. Don't eat pork. You can't have, according to the Bible, you're not supposed to eat shellfish, I guess, and you can't have milk or a dairy dish on the same plate as a meat dish, which is why the delicious hot pastrami sandwiches at Joel's Kosher Deli don't have cheese on them. I get all those. That's fine. No animals with cloven hooves or whatever. That's cool, too.
Man, you're bringing back the fact that I used to think that Judaism may be the most complicated religion out there.
It's too many rules for me.
It really is.
But, you could sit in a jacuzzi but not turn on a jacuzzi. Give me an effing break. If the whole point of not being able to soak in a jacuzzi is you're supposed to be in silence and think about your Lord, but you can sit in a jacuzzi as long as someone else turned it on, get out of here. Hello, who are you?
Me?
Yes, ma'am. And isn't God just going to smite the person who turned on the jacuzzi? I'm not going to fall out of favor with God because, what if, the deciding factor was oh, we were going to let you into heaven, but, man, you turned on a jacuzzi for an Orthodox Jew. What's up with that,
So you're saying you're an accomplice at this point.
Exactly. I'm aiding and abetting a known Jew. Hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
I'm Mississippi Nikki. I've spoken with Maurice more than one time. I'm the one that took Gio's place at the bourbon tasting.
Gio's place at the bourbon tasting.
Back when.
Oh.
Anyway.
Are you trying to set up an interview with Pat Boone?
Yeah, I'm waiting on it. I'll be there.
All right, very
anyway, I wanted to chime in because I'm as confused as you are, Drew. I don't know anything about being Jewish.
Okay.
I was raised Baptist, Southern Baptist, Hellfire and Brimstone.
Okay.
I buried my son on Friday, and then I had to turn around and eat crow on Sunday and be thankful and be, all this grateful and holy when I didn't want to be. And so
how does
obviously me and JC, we ain't talking right now.
Whoa.
And I'm not.
Oh, well, let me just bring.
I'm not.
Here, let me help bring the two of you together because he's in my pocket actually right now, and I just whipped out the tiny
it's
Jesus.
It's okay.
He
I'm
loves
not,
you.
I'm not. He does, and that's a conversation that I'm well aware that I'm going to have. But
all right.
I found it funny that throughout the weekend there were certain things and rituals and stuff that you're supposed to do, and you don't know how to do them sometimes. Who's driving the bus? Who's driving this bus?
Who is driving this bus? Just one moment, ma'am. I just need to put on a musical interlude while I ask Maurice a question about whether or not I can ask you something. Just stand by 1 second. Let me just.
Yes, sir.
Is that all right, Mo? Probably not.
Nah.
All right. All right. Calmer heads prevailed, ma'am. So you, in other words, you found it a bit off-putting that you were expected to participate in certain holiday traditions on the same weekend when you buried your son.
Correct. So you get it's easy to get confused because you think you're supposed to do something.
Sure.
You're supposed to feel a certain way, but you don't feel that way at all.
No, I think Jesus, Moses, Allah, Muhammad, they will all be okay with you being hesitant to throw your full passion into any holiday, given what you've been through recently. So take the time you need to mourn that, please.
Right. At this minute, right. I'll come around.
Sure.
I know there's an elephant in the room or what have you, but I had to chime in because you're not alone in the confusion. Do I do this? Do I do that? Blah,
Thank
blah.
you. Thank you. Would you have turned on the hot tub for the Orthodox Jewish gentleman?
I'd have turned it on and got in it.
Oh, all right. Well, you're a better person than
failed.
I. Thank you very much.
Hey, you probably could have asked her that question.
Thank you.
Now, I know she was a freak.
I did think, if I'm going to turn on the hot tub, I would like to be able to sit in the hot tub too, but I wanted to finish the round of golf because I was having a really good round of golf, but I just could not believe the chutzpah, if you will, behind this Orthodox Jewish gentleman in a yarmulke, no shirt, board shorts, celebrating the last day of Passover with a jacuzzi, as long as he didn't turn on the jacuzzi. Hello, who are you?
Hey, it's Pat Boone. What is poppin', my nephews?
I love you, Clark. All right, when we come back...
My nephews.
When we come back, probably Pat Boone.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Pinellas, an accident along southbound US 19 and Haynes Bay Shores have the right lane blocked, so expect delays there. We also have word of a crash further north along US 19 at Tampa Road. No major problems are being reported on the Hillsborough side right now, just the usual late day stacking up of volume along the interstates and major roadways. This is Jim with traffic.
Beat the price increase. Ken Ganley has over 1,000 new Kias on sale. Visit them today or online at KenGanleyKiaNewportRichie.com.
This weekend at International Diamond Center, acclaimed jewelry designers are here with all new collections. Save up to 20% and spread your payments over 3 years with zero interest. 3 days only this Friday through Sunday, and only at International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota.
Babe, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's time to break up. With our power company, they keep raising rates while you keep footing the bill. At Solar Bear, we say enough is enough. Go solar today and get your first 12 months completely free. With over 10 years in business and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're Florida's trusted solar provider. Locally owned, proven, and affordable. Make the switch, call Solar Bear now, and visit solarbear.com. That's solarbear.com.
Hey, did you know that with Frontier Fiber Internet, the best Wi-Fi isn't just for VIPs anymore?
So even if I have less than 1 million followers?
Or me, a total noob?
What if I'm not in the metaverse yet?
Yeah, now everyone can get Wi-Fi 7 with a premium Eero router on Fiber 500 and up. Now starting at only $39.99 per month. Switch to the most advanced Wi-Fi on 100% fiber internet. Only from Frontier. Good to go. In select areas, price for 12 months with autopay. ETF terms apply. Max speeds wired. Actual average and Wi-Fi speed vary.
Diamond Days are back at Golden Diamond Source, Tampa Bay's largest jewelry superstore. I love Diamond Days because right now you can get up to 20% off all their diamond inventory, including April's birthstone. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 years. That means if you finance $5,000, your monthly payment would be only $83. Best of all, your Golden Diamond Source diamond never loses its value. And listen up, all you soon-to-be newlyweds. Here's your chance to win a $2,500 shopping spree at Gold and Diamond Source, along with a wedding cake for up to 100 guests, created by the renowned celebrity chef, the Cake Girl, as seen on the Today Show. Entering is simple. Go to Gold and Diamond Source on Ulmerton Road for your chance to win big. If you want your special someone to say yes, make sure it's a Gold and Diamond Source diamond. Visit us at 3800 Ulmerton Road in Clearwater. And of course, make sure it's a Gold and Diamond Source diamond.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around this store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches at my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit any of our 5 locations throughout Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, and at goodfeet.com.
Mike Calter for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. I've been talking about Lifeguard Imaging for a couple of years, and hundreds, if not thousands of Bone listeners have done the smart thing and gotten scanned. I'm talking to those of you who haven't gotten scanned. Let me ask you, are you scared of what you could find? I get it. I felt the same way before I got the scan, but think about this. Think about the loved ones that depend on you. Have you ever wished you could predict the future? If you could and you saw something that was catastrophic, wouldn't you want to do something to change it? If you saw a car accident on a certain day in your future, you likely wouldn't drive that day, right? That's what Lifeguard Imaging does. With their low-dose CT scans, they're able to detect heart disease and hundreds of forms of cancer before it's too late, giving you time to fix the problem and do something about it. Right now, you can get a free heart scan valued at $599 with just a few minimum requirements. Ever hear what you don't know won't hurt you? Well, when it comes to heart disease and cancer, what you don't know could kill you. Visit lifeguardimaging.com now. If not for you, do it for your loved ones. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
O'Reilly.
Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Tampa on North Nebraska Avenue next to TGT Poker and Racebook now through April 29th for the grand opening sale. You'll get 2 times O Rewards points on select purchases, including 5 quarts of any Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil to get to your next reward twice as fast. And buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When my wife and I got married after both graduating law school, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Ultima had to give me her gas card just to drive home. We never could have imagined that one day we would have the largest injury firm in the world and $25 billion in money collected and counting. As good Catholics, we had 4 children fast. They all work in the firm today. Our family protecting yours. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. But our greatest gift was years away, grandchildren. Today we have 6 and counting. It's the greatest joy that we have ever experienced. I think about them all day long. Our family promises to protect your family should you need us. Call us. It's easy. Visit forthepeople.com and make sure you hug your grandchildren. God's final gift to us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
O'Reilly.
Get one free set of Brake Best brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select brake rotors. You can upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Minnie's and Kitties is coming to Mini of Tampa Bay Saturday, April 26th. Enjoy free refreshments, cuddle adorable kittens, and even adopt a furry friend from our Humane Society of Pinellas County Kitten Adoption Zone. It's going to be the perfect Saturday. Go to minioftampabay.com for details.
If you're hurt, accept no substitute. Call Farah and Farah, Tampa.
With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com and start packing.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
SunToyota.com.
I'm meteorologist Jim Weber in the Sky Tower Weather Center. A few clouds around for tonight, but it's a mild night. Low temperature down to 70. Then as we head into Tuesday, scattered clouds and a hot afternoon. Daytime high of 90 degrees. No rain in sight over the next several days.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
It's a musical masterpiece. Hear what I'm dealing with, and that's cool at least. What's running through my mind comes through in my walk. Two feelings of soul from the way that I talk.
This album is 33 years old today. It remains my favorite Beastie Boys album of all time. It is called Check Your Head. And they started playing their own instruments and writing punk rock songs again, and it's magical.
This was the first album that they did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the first non-punk rock album, because they had a couple of older punk rock albums where they played their own instruments, but they played them horribly.
Right.
Whereas on this album, they had some punk rock songs that were actually pretty good. 800-771-1025. Hi, is this Pat Boone?
No, it's not Pat Boone. It's Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. That's not answering every call, by the way. Is this Pat Boone? Until we get Pat Boone. What's up, Kev?
I was just hoping to get those tickets.
Well, you know what?
Lightning, my birthday.
You know what they say? Hope in one hand and poop in the other one, and see which one fills up first. I'll save you the time. It's the poop hand. 800-771-1025.
Keeping those lightning tickets close to the vest, aren't you, Drew?
Well, I mean, I think if you've been listening to the show for any length of time, whether that's an hour, a week, a year, a decade, you know that the way to assure you will not get tickets is to ask for tickets. I will promise you that by the end of the show, I will, A, hopefully not forget to play the bonus keyword, B, give away a pair of tickets to tomorrow night's Lightning Panthers Game 1, C, give away a pair of tickets to check out the Rays versus Royals at Steinbrenner Field, and probably D and E, give away a pair of tickets to Pierce the Veil at the Amp on Thursday, May 15th, and Ice Cube, Truth to Power, 4 Decades of Attitude tour at Amalie on September 11th. Never forget. Hello, Pat Boone.
Hey, it's BNB, Big Nose Billy.
What's up, Billy? How we doing today?
I just wanted to thank you guys. You guys crack me up, especially you, Mo, because that's what I would think. If someone asked me to turn on a hot tub and he's like, was he sitting in it?
No, he wasn't sitting in it. He was standing in front of me with a friggin' board shorts and shirtless with a yarmulke.
I'd be like, why is this dude asking me to help him with his hot tub? I'd be freaked out, and I would just walk away.
Well, that's pretty much what Drew did.
Yeah, no, he explained why he did it. It's because he's an Orthodox Jew who believed that somehow his God is okay with him friggin' sitting in a hot tub as long as he didn't turn it on. God doesn't work like that.
You guys cracked me up. Thank you guys so much. You guys help me through my ride home every day.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that a lot. It's like the Mormons in soaking. You know what soaking is?
No, sir.
So in the Mormon faith, I believe they are not permitted to have intercourse before marriage. But they get around it by the man will fornicate with a woman, but he will not move. He will lay on the bed, motionless, and they get someone else to move the bed for them, thinking that somehow God is okay with that. I think I probably have that wrong. Let me just look. Soaking Mormon. Soaking. A sexual practice of inserting the into the but not subsequently thrusting or
got it.
Reportedly used by some Mormons, also known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So you could get away with banging as long as you're not moving.
As long as you take the banging out of it.
Right. You're just
hanging.
Right. You're hanging, not banging.
There you go.
In 2021, a video about soaking went viral on TikTok, and since then, the topic has an estimated 69 million posts on the platform as of 2024. The practice has its own. Look, I would be just as inclined to help someone soak as I would helping a Jewish gentleman turn on his jacuzzi. Like, if your holy day is your holy day, make it your holy day. If it's the last day of Passover and you don't think that Jewish God wants you to soak in a hot tub, don't try to circumvent the system. Don't use me. I'm not going to be your damn fall guy. I'm not Lee Majors. I'm not friggin', oh, hey, God, strike me down.
Yeah, right.
I'm the one who's going to violate the tenet of your... Really, it's very conceited for the Jewish gentleman to go, well, I am not breaking any laws. It is this gentleman. You selling me out, Holmes? Shirtless in front of me. It felt like...
Shirtless.
The fact that he was shirtless, it felt like it was the beginning of a Jewish gay porno. Like here comes a gentleman. I'm looking for a golf ball. And here comes the gentleman. Hello there. I notice you are trying to find your ball in my backyard. Let me tell you something, boy chick. If you will be so kind as to turn the power onto my jacuzzi, you may take a soak with me. His whole family's there. His kids are there.
Well, what did he call you, boy chick?
That he didn't call me that, but that's a Jewish term. Like, boy chick.
I like that.
Hello there. Who are you? My mom used to say it all the time. Hello.
Hey, man. I'm John.
Hi, John.
How are you?
Good, buddy. You?
I'm very good, man. Just working on some cars. It sounded like you were offering up some tickets if somebody did something, almost. Last people that called in didn't want to do anything for the tickets. You down?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just no. Just no explanation. Just no. Just an emphatic, condescending, snarky, snide. No.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll give you the damn tickets.
Oh, shoot.
No.
Really?
No, not really.
Oh.
Just want to see how gullible you might be today. What would you have done in the situation with the dude in the hot tub?
Oh, in the situation with the hot tub? That's a tough one to call, man. I don't know, man. We're shooting some golf. Might as well go into the back nine and hang out for a little bit, see what his intentions are about.
No. His intentions were using me as a tool to circumvent the tenets of his religious faith. Now, I am not about mocking God, and I believe that had I turned on that jacuzzi, God himself would have looked down at me and said, "You're mocking me." Remember when Universal Studios put out The Last Temptation of Christ, and there were bumper stickers everywhere in Florida that said, "Boycott Universal, God is not mocked." They were all over Orlando.
I kind of remember that, yeah.
Because I guess they viewed that movie as somehow mocking God because they were making money off of it. Meanwhile, Joel Osteen's a billionaire.
Right.
But, I never saw the movie. I didn't see it as mockery. I saw it as a brutal and graphic depiction of Christ's last temptation. But I don't know. People seem big mad over it.
Oh, I remember what the mockery was. There was a scene where he, for a minute, thought about having a relationship with Mary. That was the last temptation, and they were saying that was mocking Jesus.
Okay,
you remember?
Thank you.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Hi, is this Pat Boone?
No, it is not. It's bounce bow, 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 bounce bow.
How you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Awesome, thank you. What can I do you for?
I just wanted to let you know how much I love y'all.
Aww.
And I do. You guys keep me alive like every day. None of the media in my phone, in my car works.
Oh.
And I rely on y'all.
Oh, man.
Every day.
What a bummer that is. It
Yeah.
happens to me sometimes, too. Like, for whatever reason, Apple and Volkswagen, they have communication issues with each other. Like, it's like VW's like, and Apple's like, and then Apple's like, and VW's like, So then I have to end up listening to this radio station, which is great. Don't get me wrong. Go to the gym in the morning, listen to my Calta show, drive into work in the afternoon, listen to Sending Show, of course, listen to JP, listen to Lightning games at night. But sometimes I'd like to be able to listen to the Apple Music I pay for.
Sure.
And Volkswagen seems to not want to let me do that. Oh,
Well,
man.
I
What
just
if the
wanna let
Jewish
you-
dude saw me get into a Volkswagen, a Nazi mobile, and he was like, oh, so that is why you would not help me with my little jacuzzi problem. You're driving that swastika mobile around. I'm like, my mom's Jewish. I love Volkswagens. I'm conflicted. My mom's Jewish. I got Jesus in my pocket waiting for me at home. Oh, what a world. Well, thank you, young lady. You're a super sweetheart. Appreciate you.
I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for getting me through every day. Bye, y'all.
Let me. Do you have interest?
No,
do you have interest in going to the Lightning playoff game tomorrow?
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, because you know why? You didn't ask for them.
You were correct.
You just called with a mitzvah, a kindness, if you will. You wanted to say something nice, and then you were full on ready to just hang up and be done with us. That's the kind of call that I would like to reward with a pair of Lightning playoff tickets, if you're interested.
I love you. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
So much.
No,
You guys are the best.
You are. What is your
Oh,
name?
thank you so much. Jesse from Northport.
All right, Jesse from. You're the one who called with the original bow chicka bow bow on the.
That was me. That was bow chicka bow.
That's you. All right, a little Jesse on Jesse action.
I heard you do it.
All right,
I
Northport.
heard you do it, and I was like, I gotta give him a.
All right. All right. Well, hold on, Jesse. And when we get to break, I'm going to get your information. Okay.
Awesome. Love you guys.
Love you back. Thank you. Pat Boone?
No, not Pat Boone, but I love how the universe just looped that together.
Me too.
Right.
That was perfect. And anyways, I just think that you were smited with your Apple CarPlay not working because you would not help out the Jewish man.
Oh, no, it's worked since then.
push the button.
It stopped working a long, long time ago. It's got nothing at all to do with that gentleman. Hello there. Who are you?
Hey guys. Hey,
Hi.
I was the third person in a soaking relationship.
Wait,
shaking the mattress.
Hold on. So you had Mormon friends who wanted to break the no sex rule. They laid there on the bed, intertwined, while you moved the bed?
Yes.
Do you consider that a threesome?
I wasn't actively participating other than
But I mean, there were three of you
shaking
there,
the mattress.
right?
That shaking the mattress is actively participating, sir.
Like, I'm not going to give the girl's name because she still listens to the show, but there was a young lady who met my beautiful girlfriend and I and me at a strip club, and we thought, well, geez, this is going to get great. Let's go back to the hotel room we have. She goes back to the hotel room with us, and I'm thinking, great, it's on. It turns out, A, she didn't like girls. B, she passed out on the bed, and that didn't stop us from banging literally right in front of her. And I'm like, wow, did we just have a threesome?
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say, and that didn't stop us from banging her.
Oh, no, God.
I swear to God, I was about...
No, Mo, you got to be conscious to give consent.
I mean, she gave it before.
I'm not a monster.
I mean, coming into the hotel room, isn't that consent?
It is. It absolutely is, in my world. Hello, who are you? Pat Boone?
Hey, Drew. Hey, Mo. It's Randy.
Hey, Randy. What's up, buddy?
Drew, I'm really confused.
Me too.
I thought that you were Italian and Mo was Jewish.
Well, my dad is Italian. My mom is Jewish, and that's how that goes.
And I have Jewish sons.
Yes.
Okay. Don't you wish I just dropped these nuts on your face? Chakaya! 24, 25.
There was a way to pull off what you were trying to pull off.
I'm lost. Where was the get?
I think if we had said Jewish, like if he had said, Mo, what religion are your sons, and you had said Jewish, then he could have said, don't you wish that you had these nuts all over your face? Gotcha. So there was a way to do it. I'm not mad at you. I don't know that was a successful D's nuttery. Hello there. Who are you?
Hey, I just want to set up a phone interview with you and Wayne Newton, and let me tell you how we operate.
Wayne Newton. Now, there's an interview you'd have to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely have to do that. Well, you give me Wayne Newton, Tony Bennett. Who's the Frankie Valli?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Oh, that's another good one. Hello. Who are you?
Oh, this is Pat Boone.
Hey, Mr.
Oh,
Boone.
yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, we're going to do some Tanzanians. Listen to some Pat Boone, does Barry White. Oh, yeah. Feel it.
Thank you.
Feel it.
Hello, who are you?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Good. What's up, dude?
Not much. Just want to touch base on the Mormons. The third-party friend is actually called the Jumper. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Wish you would step back off that ledge, my friend. All right, we're going to come back and actually talk about something other than the bizarre hypocrisy of modern-day religion, and that is something that occurred with. It's not an NBA story. It did happen with an NBA athlete, but it involves approaching celebrities while filming, and if the celebrity is right, to beat the bloody hell out of you.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone.
Andy Bone bonus keyword.
Barbecue Love Fest is back.
Woo! It's no barbecue.
It's the celebration of all things barbecue, good times, and cooking for a cure. Barbecue Love Fest, May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Perry Harvey Park in downtown Tampa. Get samples of the best barbecue from over 20 cooking teams, over 7 renowned pitmasters from across the country, and live music. Eat barbecue, vote on the best cook team, and watch live music outside at the nicest time of the year. What's better than that? Join the Bone Saturday, May 3rd. And it's the day of the Derby. There'll be coverage of the Kentucky Derby all day. Hey, you can even wear a big dumb hat. Proceeds benefit Friedrich's Ataxia Research Alliance. Get your tickets early right now at theboneonline.com. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Pinellas, an accident along southbound US 19 at Haynes Bayshores have the right lane blocked, so expect delays there. We also have word of a crash further north along US 19 at Tampa Road. No major problems are being reported on the Hillsborough side right now, just the usual late day stacking up of volume along the interstates and major roadways. This is Jim with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of. And you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Office in downtown Tampa. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Cat name Mo for Crunch Fitness, where you can join now for $0 enrollment. Membership started at $9.99 a month. Go to Crunch.com, where you can also find out about the tons of strength and cardio equipment, all cutting-edge machines to make you lean or pack on muscle for the upcoming summertime. $0 enrollment. How do you beat free with membership starting again at $9.99 a month? With nearly 500 locations nationwide, you will have no trouble finding a convenient gym close by. Go to Crunch.com for the location nearest you and get crunched. Hurry, offer ends 4:30.
At Brandon Honda, we have the hottest hybrids in stock and on sale. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now, get the brand new Accord Hybrid for just $199 per month. Get the award-winning CR-V Hybrid for just $249 per month. Or get the all-new, just released 2025 Civic Hybrid Sport for just $199 per month. With gas gas mileage as high as 50 miles per gallon, these award-winning hybrids won't last long. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-448-7710 for more information.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 live teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a live teller near you at cadencebank.com/live teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
If you're doing your spring cleaning and you see that your windows and patio doors lack pizzazz, do something about it. Renewal by Anderson of Tampa and Sarasota have a 1-month only sale where you can save $300 off all windows and $825 off patio doors, plus no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Renewal by Anderson, superior products, exceptional service. RBAFLA.com. License number CGC 1527613.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
This April is your last chance to max your tax refund at Sun Toyota. Bring us your rebate and we'll double it up to $3,000. Then get 0% financing on select new Toyota trucks. Backed by a nationwide lifetime warranty with 4-year maintenance on new models. Hurry in today or shop online at suntoyota.com. Because when you make it Sun Toyota,
we make it happen.
Toyota.com. Call 1-800-639-3367 for more information.
The semi-annual event everyone waits for is here this weekend at International Diamond Center. Incredible savings across the board. Up to 20% off. Rings, bands, bracelets, earrings, pendants, plus thousands of designer engagement rings. Even all GIA certified diamonds are on sale. Acclaimed jewelry designers are here with all new collections. Save up to 20% and spread your payments over 3 years with 0 interest. 3 days only this Friday through Sunday, and only at International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home fast and for maximum value. Hey, it's JP, and don't worry about showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market. You'll receive an all-cash offer and close within days. With over 12,500 5-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home fast with their guaranteed cash offer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
It's the start of a new season of Raise deals, and they're so good, even Raymond is buying. Drive a new Honda Pilot, just $419 per month, or a new Honda Accord, just $319 per month. Even Raymond is buying. It's the start of a new season of Raise deals. Don't miss out. Claim your Raise deal today at Crown Honda, the better way to buy and service. Call 800-509-4942 for complete details.
At Bernetti PA, our team will tell you that our number one priority is striving for the best customer service in the industry. I'm honored by the number of referrals we get from our current and past clients. They trust us. Why shouldn't you? Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Fuel costs add up. That's why fleet managers like Ed Keeley of Communications Unlimited are switching to Coast, the smart Visa fuel card designed to help business owners save on fuel and cut wasteful spending.
When we first started using Coast, we saved in the neighborhood of $22,000 from our previous month's invoice from our other provider.
Get fuel rebates of 4 to 10 cents on every gallon at Coast's 30,000 partner stations across the country, like Exxon and 7-Eleven. Plus, get greater control over your spending and block unauthorized purchases before they happen.
The biggest change is the controls that the Coast product allows us to have that the other vendor didn't. There was a lot of potential for abuse out there that became virtually impossible with Coast.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. See terms at coastpay.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anadar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
This hour of Drew Garabo Live brought to you by Bolt Electric. For lightning fast service, log on to boltelectricfl.com.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Unique opinions, compelling conversation, and the best in afternoon entertainment. Now, the conversation continues on Drew Garabo Live. Here we go, Bone fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
Key. K-E-Y. Key. Head to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter Key, K-E-Y, before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and the $1,000 Bone Bonus could be yours. That is Key. And believe it or not, one Pat Boone is on hold and ready to speak with us next on Drew Garabo Live. This is Pat Boone covering Metallica. At the time, I was certain that I was living in an alternate universe, as there was no way in heck one Pat Boone would be covering Metallica. But not only does it exist, it exists, and it is amazing. Mr. Pat Boone is doing something incredible when it comes to making this world a better place and looking out for those less fortunate. He is gathering musicians to help bring water to Tanzania. You see, they have water there, but it is not drinkable water.
Right.
And Pat Boone, who I believe the correct term is a nonagenarian, which is a nice way to say he's over 89 years old, is using the power of good, calling it the most important thing he's ever done.
The power of good, Drew, or the power of God?
Well, you know, God and good are only separated by one letter, and that's O, as in, oh my God, we've got Pat Boone on the line with us right now. Hello, Mr. Boone.
And it's the Bone with the Boone.
Wow.
You talk about.
Wow. There's an,
an
extra O there.
Important.
Oh, man. An extra O makes God good. An extra O makes Bone Boone.
That's pretty good.
Oh, man.
That's sharp for 89, dude.
He's 90.
90.
Pat, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I got all my marbles. I still got all the marbles.
Yeah, you do. And what you're doing for Tanzania is so awesome. They've got water, but the water is poisoned. The average life expectancy of a child born in the wild in Tanzania is but 5 years old. Sir, you're a saint for doing what you're doing. Why? How did this become such an important issue to you, Mr. Boone?
Well, I first became aware of it several years ago. when, somebody told me about the 320 million people in sub-Saharan Africa, they don't have access to reliable drinking water. And that statistic, see, I have 4 daughters, and I've got 16 grandkids and now 17 great-grandkids. And I'm partial to them kids. And to think that they have no water in Africa, in those 40 nations. The governments don't supply it, and the women have to walk across the hot desert, Saharan desert, with empty buckets and dip those buckets into a muddy ditch and take the water with stuff floating in it where the cattle all drink and take it back, and that's all they've got to feed they might strain out the flotsam and jetsam, but the water is poisoned in itself. So my wife and I, through an organization called God TV, had brought in a well in Tanzania out in the middle of that desert. I went there, and to break ground for the well, I had to have a guy with a pickaxe break the soil, the sandy, baked soil, so I could even get the toe of a shovel into it. But anyway, we brought in a 500-foot well, and to this moment, it's still got the windmill there. It's powered by the sun. It's solar-powered. And there's a vegetable garden, a Shirley Boone vegetable garden. See, over there, they still live like they did 3,000 years ago. Yeah. And their diet is mainly beans, rice, and if they can get any sort of a meat from any sort of a little animal, a snake or whatever, that's their diet. And then the muddy water. So we brought in a well. And then when I heard about this organization that already exists in Springfield, Missouri, and it's called World Serve, and they were already doing something about it, and with some good funding, were bringing in freshwater wells, and I joined their effort when they asked if they could use my song "One" and a We Are the World type approach in music and radio and wherever, television. We did videos of it. And I had written the song "One" using the letter or number 1 4 ways. The individual, when good people come together, they unite. They're one nation under God, and finally our God is one. And so we used that, and to my astonishment and gratitude, people like Vince Gill, the group Alabama, Lee Greenwood, Larry Gatlin, Pam Tillis, Deborah Allen, Billy Dean, and on, joined in to sing the song and to join the cause. And right now, since the song came out, it was released on, I think, March 21st, which was declared by the United Nations World Water Day. That's why we released the record. And it became the number 2 most added song on that day, ahead of Lady Gaga, Jelly Roll, and another guy named Boone, Benson Boone, I haven't met yet. But anyway, the song is now in the top 20, and we're hoping it'll just keep going, and we're going to maybe do television commercials with it, and see if we've already, as a result of this one song and the playing just for the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've brought in one whole well, and it's pretty close to the one that we drilled in Tanzania, but far enough away that it serves another 2 or 3 villages. But it's a task that needs to be done. Somebody's got to do it. We can't just walk away and ignore it. That these kids have a right to live just like our kids do. At least we can turn on a faucet and get water.
Right.
It may have a little slight flavor depending on where you live. I was born in Jacksonville, by the way.
Yeah.
And 40 years later, I was given the key to the city by Mayor Hans Tanzler, I think his name was.
Wow.
And so I'm a Florida cracker.
I love it.
And I know what role water plays in our lives, not just the sandy beach, but the drinkable, clean water. And so that's it. I appreciate you letting me talk about it.
Of course.
And maybe play it. Let people hear it. And then go, the website is 14, that's ONEFOR, 1 for Tanzania .org, and there's a red button will pop up where you can push the button, and I'm hoping that women and men too, but women particularly mamas of kids, will bring their kids to the wherever the laptop or wherever you punch the red button, and let them put some coins in there and contribute to the ongoing life of kids like them by giving them fresh water. I just hope that they'll get kids involved.
It's a beautiful thing you're doing, Mr. Boone, and I love people that will use their positions of influence to foster goodwill in this crazy, fractured world of ours, and that seems to have been a priority of yours for decades now, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that you're doing. I was looking at so many interesting facets of your life, including your love of basketball. Did you play in a senior basketball league and aged out at the age of 85 years old?
Wow.
Yep, I started in the 70 to 75 bracket, then the 75 to 80 bracket, and finally the 80 to 85 bracket in Albuquerque. And it was 3-on-3, 20-minute games, and referees and the whole thing, and teams of 5. And our team was a team from Washington, D.C., really Virginia, the Virginia Creepers. That was that was our name. But yeah, I was dribbling and shooting and defending and playing. And in fact, if you Google it, Pat Boone behind the back pass, you will see a moment from one of those times when I was playing in that national seniors games, and you'll see a big black guy between me and the goal, and I'm driving past the goal, and here comes a teammate coming the other way between us, and I bounced past the ball to him, and he went up and scored. And that's so I like to tell people, go to Pat Boone behind the back pass. That was an 80-year-old doing that. But,
the original white chocolate, if you will.
You're right.
Yeah, but the thing was that those big black guys, 6'7", 6'8", 6'9",
sure,
they could dunk without even jumping. So the teams that had those guys always beat the rest of us.
Sure. Yeah.
But I got to play and show off. I was wearing shoes from the guy I've let his name slip, but he had his own footwear.
Chuck Taylor's.
No, not Chuck Taylor's. No, Daniel. He's really one of the top guys. He plays for the Lakers now, I think.
Kobe?
No, not Kobe.
LeBron James?
No, not LeBron. But it's a great. I've gone blank on his name, but I'll go get my shoes in about 5 minutes. I can tell you.
Pat Boone is on the line with us. His new single, One, helps out Tanzania and the Shirley and Pat Boone Life Center there, getting them some water, which is a beautiful thing. Let's take it back to the 1960s, where I read that you toured the Ferrari factory. You wanted to get a Ferrari, and they said, this one is not so big for your family. You will not be able to fit a Debbie in this Ferrari, Mr. Boone. So then did you sell it to one of the Smothers brothers?
Yes, boy, you did some good looking, because I haven't told that many people about it. But yeah, I went in. I was touring with my hit songs of the moment, and I went to the actual Enzo Ferrari studio there, and where he met me, had me come up. We had a little lunch, and while we were talking, and I was there to buy the Super America. It was a racing car, geared for city streets, but a fabulous looking and driving car. And he said, "Do you have children?" I said, "Yes, I have 4 daughters." He said, "Oh, you don't want the Super America. You want the 2+2. I said, "No, Mr. Ferrari, it's not for my daughters. It's for me." But you have girls. I take you for the ride. I take you for the drive. And so he got me into the 2+2, which was still a Ferrari. And he took me for a wild drive on some curvy mountain roads, scattering women and goats and everything out of the way. And they brought me back and sold me a car I didn't want. I bought the 2+2. I never bought the Super. He was a super salesman. But how do you say no to Enzo Ferrari? I've got pictures of him showing me that car.
Yeah.
But then the 2+2, and it was a Ferrari, all right. It was fast. It was beautiful. I had, I don't know if you heard this, though, I put air horn. Had to have two air horns that would play ba 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 April Love, and it took two horns to do that, and so I would drive everywhere blowing the horn, and then when I sold it to Tommy Smothers, every now and then, just driving past our house, he knew where we lived, and I did ba ba ba, but there goes Tommy Smothers with my Ferrari.
Wow.
Nice.
Mr. Boone, your faith has always been very important to you, and holding on to your values in the world of Hollywood and recorded music must have been quite the challenge. Did you ever find yourself tempted to compromise some of your ethics and principles, or did you just know?
Sure.
Yeah, and I imagine you probably held your faith very close to you and said, no, this is the life that God wants me to live. I will not kiss Marilyn Monroe on screen, which I'm sure that you were very tempted to do so, Mr. Boone.
Well, I didn't make that movie with Marilyn Monroe. I turned that down because of the script, and it would have been a licentious, sexy thing. And of course, as an actor, who wouldn't have wanted to be starring with Marilyn Monroe? But I had to turn it down, and I met with Buddy Adler, the head of the studio, in his office. He was livid. What do you mean? Why are you turning this down? You're under contract. I said, look, Mr. Adler, I know that. And I would love to make a movie with Marilyn Monroe, but I can't do this story. Why? I said, I've got millions of teenage fans, and if I play a young kid having an illicit affair with Marilyn Monroe, you know that all my boy fans and even some of the girls are going to be, they're going to be influenced by that. And I can't. He said, this is medieval. You're an actor. You just play the roles. You're not that person. I said, look, Mr. Adler, you'd have to do what you have to do, but I have to do what I have to do. Well, we didn't make the movie with Marilyn Monroe. They did make a film. It was with Joanne Woodward, Paul Newman's wife, and a guy who had been in West Side Story. And the movie was a terrible flop, but instead they put me into Journey to the Center of the Earth, which became a giant success.
Sure.
And they told me later it saved the studio at that moment because Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton were confounding the team that was trying to do Cleopatra, and they were so in love with each other they'd go off to Spain for a week and leave 500 Roman in the soldier getup, just wondering where they were. And the bankers got tired of that, and they were about to close 20th Century down because they were so over budget and over schedule. But then Journey to the Center of the Earth came out, my movie, and one of the executives at 20th said, "You saved our studio."
Wow!
with that movie. So it was right that, of course I was tempted in all kind of ways, but I was married to a wonderful woman, a beautiful girl that I love so much, Red Foley's daughter.
Yeah.
And we had 4 daughters. And whenever at one point when Shirley and I did, for reasons I don't need to go into, but we were contemplating separation at least because we were having a big separation, really, and the kids knew it. But it hit me that I have one chance for my 4 daughters to have the kind of life that I want them to have in the family, and I'm it.
Wow.
And if I don't stick to my guns, I will blow their lives out of the water, too. And I let Shirley know, and that drew us even closer together.
Beautiful.
And she gave me a picture of herself as the same age of one of our daughters, like 6 or 7. And on the back of it, on Father's Day, she wrote, "Take care of this little girl. She needs you."
Oh,
very nice.
And
beautiful.
I could cry.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Pat Boone joins us right now. Pat, before we play the one single with you, Vince Gill, Alabama, etc., I just need to ask what you would have done in a situation that happened to me on the golf course yesterday. It was a bizarre situation involving faith, and you're a man of faith. I respect people who believe in anything in this crazy world. To believe in a higher power is magnificent, in my opinion. But I was on the golf course on about the fourth hole, Mr. Boone, and I was searching for my son's errant ball. He doesn't play a lot, so he hit it into someone's backyard. And a gentleman wearing a yarmulke, which let me know I'm not the brightest bulb in the lamp, but he was Jewish. A shirtless gentleman wearing a yarmulke and a bathing suit approached me and said that he needed me to turn on his jacuzzi for him because it was a holy day, the final day of Passover, and he was allowed, according to his God, to sit in the jacuzzi as long as someone else turned on the jacuzzi for him. I'm glad to hear that reaction from you. I was moved by the bizarre hypocrisy of the situation, but more importantly, I needed to get to my approach, which was sitting about 101 yards from the green, which I would later make for birdie. Was I okay in God's eyes not wanting to be the agent of secular movement in turning on the jacuzzi for this gentleman? I declined his request. Does God understand?
You lived a God moment, and I'll give you an example right out of the Bible. We call it the Good Samaritan. And that when this Samaritan, who was not Jewish, when a Jewish guy had been beat up and left by the side of the road by robbers, and he was in trouble, like your friend yesterday, and a rabbi went by and didn't do anything, and some other Jewish fellow went by and didn't do anything, but the Samaritan, who the Jews looked down on because they were substrata society, and the Good Samaritan got off his horse, put the guy on his horse, took him to an inn, and said, "Take care of him, and when I come back, if you've spent more than I'm leaving with you, I'll pay for that too." Now, Jesus said, "That's your neighbor," when he was asked, "Who is your good neighbor?" And he gave the example of the Good Samaritan. So you were a Good Samaritan yesterday, not Jewish, but helping the Jew. He didn't break any rule, and neither did you. In fact, you obeyed the rule that I used for this one project. Is what Jesus said when the kids were gathered around him, wanting to get close to the charismatic Savior, and his disciples were saying, "Hey, kids, get out of here, leave him alone." And Jesus said, "Shut up." No, the Bible doesn't say that.
So, Mr. Boone, if I could interject, what you're saying is if Drew had not done what the person asked of him, he would be a bad person.
Not a bad person, but a negligent person.
Negligent.
I mean,
a loser, if you will.
Wait a minute. Hold up here. I just didn't want to help this man circumvent his religious faith. I wish for that gentleman, if he wanted to take a soak, you got to turn on that jacuzzi yourself. I'm not getting you out of hot water, literally, with your God. No way. I did God's work by not turning on the jacuzzi for that gentleman. Here is the song One by Pat Boone and Voices for Tanzania. Pat, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on living a beautifully enriching life and affecting great change in this world. Thank you so much, and stay in good health, my good friend.
Well, you're just becoming part of this project, so thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you, Mr. Pat Boone. You're a dick, Mo. Busting my hustle with Pat Boone.
I don't try to put yourself over like he said you were right.
All right, when we come back, for crying out loud, we'll talk about DeMar DeRozan and whether it's acceptable to approach a celebrity dining out with your friggin' flash on, demanding that he allow you to video him. 800-771-1025.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
We're getting reports of an accident toward Tampa on the Howard Franklin. Be aware of it, but volume is already pretty heavy on the bridge, and from what we can see, the accident has not yet made a major impact. In southern Hillsborough, a crash along northbound I-75 to the north of the College Avenue exit has had the right lane blocked. Traffic is stop and go back to around the Ruskin Rest area. There's also an accident along Rodine Road at Balm Riverview. No major wrecks are being reported in Pinellas. This is Jim with traffic.
Accidents don't happen between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And that's exactly why the team at Farah and Farah is available to take your calls 24/7. If you've got questions, they've got answers. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Tampa.
Over 700 new Hyundais, tariff-free at Crown Hyundai. Get financing as low as 0%, buy with 0 down, or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE for only $259 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service. Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 36-month lease, 10K miles a year, $39.99. Do it signing.
The semi-annual event everyone waits for is here this weekend at International Diamond Center. Incredible savings across the board. Up to 20% off. Rings, bands, bracelets, earrings, pendants, plus thousands of designer engagement rings. Even all GIA certified diamonds are on sale. Acclaimed jewelry designers are here with all new collections. Save up to 20% and spread your payments over 3 years with 0 interest. 3 days only this Friday through Sunday, and only at International Diamond Center. Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota.
This Ram Truck Month, Jerry-owned Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is making it easier than ever to get behind the wheel of a new Ram. With over 1,000 vehicles in stock and 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during our Zero to Ohm sales event. Plus, we're proud to sponsor the Country Thunder Music Festival in May. It's all happening at the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S., Jerry Ohm. Tampa is Ohm Country. Online at jerryohm.com. Call 1-800-840-0798 for complete details.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain, I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
I'm Doug Bernetti. Growing up, I learned how hard it can be to make ends meet. At Bernetti PA, we help people every day with debt collection calls, credit card debt, home foreclosures, and bankruptcy cases. If you have questions, call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Old Salt 32nd Annual Spring King of the Beach Tournament and Festival is April 24th through the 26th. King of the Beach is the premier spring fishing tourney. Fish big money. Get all the details at oldsaltfishing.org.
Integrity, respect, results. Farrah and Farrah, expect more. Tampa.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Toyota.com.
I'm meteorologist Jim Weber in the Sky Tower Weather Center. A few clouds around for tonight, but it's a mild night. Low temperature down to 70. Then as we head into Tuesday, scattered clouds and a hot afternoon. Daytime high of 90 degrees. No rain in sight over the next several days.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
April 21st, 1992. Beastie Boys' third official album, Check Your Head, came out, including this song, Gratitude. I didn't know what to think of it at the time. The Beastie Boys were always just a little, Beastie Boys were always just a little bit ahead of me after License to Ill. Just like everyone of my age bumped License to Ill nonstop. Paul's Boutique came out, the follow-up, and at first it blew my mind. I just didn't know how to handle it. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? A month after listening to it, I got it, loved it. Same thing happened with Check Your Head. I was working in college radio. It came out, and I was like, this ain't my Beastie Boys. Fortunately, I got my head around it, and they're my favorite band. R.I.P. MCA. All right, two things right now. Number one, we're going to give away tickets to tomorrow night's Bolts game. Jesse from Northport could not make the game, so we still have those tickets to give away. And we're going to do it with a game honoring a gentleman who lost his life today in history. His name is Prince, and he is funky. The number is 800-771-1025. While we are waiting for contestants for said game, do you have the right, just because someone is famous, to approach them while they are eating with a light on your phone, videoing them, just because they're a famous basketball player or a famous musician or a famous actor, writer, singer, whatever? Do you have the right to just go up to them, light right in their face, hey, DeMar DeRozan, can't help but notice that you're eating a meal with your family. I can't stand that.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't abide. I don't think it's cool.
It's the height of intrusiveness, certainly.
Right?
Especially with your family.
Yeah, like who do you think you are? 800-771-1025 is the number. All right, now we've got everybody who wants to play said game. So, hang on, everybody. Mo, pick one through 7.
7.
All right. Hi there, who are you?
Hello?
Hi, what's your name?
James.
How we doing today, James?
Good.
You looking to go to tomorrow's opening round game 1, Bolts Panthers at Amalie Arena?
You better believe it.
I do believe it. When was the last time you were at a Bolts game?
Last year.
All right, very good. Did we win the game that you attended?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, man, you might be a bad luck charm. But then again, it might turn around for you with tomorrow night's game. Who's your favorite current Tampa Bay Lightning player?
That's Nick Kucherov.
All right, very good. All right, then we're going to play a little game, and if you can get 5, not 3, but 5 in a row, you, sir, are going to tomorrow night's game, courtesy of Mike Olivero and 102.5 The Bone. How exciting for you, right?
Fantastic.
Good. I'm going to play a Prince snippet for you. You are familiar with Prince Roger Nelson, the artist formerly known as Prince, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. This guy's got weird energy.
Yeah,
I was thinking. I'll continue. I'll push through your weird energy. Prince had hits as early as the 1970s. Would you believe that, James? The 1970s. Okay, I just can't deal with you. Hello there. Who are you?
He wasn't there.
Hello?
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark. How's your day, bud?
Awesome. How you doing?
Really good. Thank you. You a Bolts fan?
Really good. Absolutely.
All right. What we're going to do is I'm going to play you a clip of a Prince song. You're going to tell me if it is a Prince song from the 70s, 80s, or 90s. It's that simple. You got multiple choice, A, B, or C. All right?
Yep.
All right. If you get 5 in a row, you get the Bolts tickets. You ready?
Yep.
Here is your first Prince snippet. Is that a Prince song from the decade of the 70s, 80s, or 90s?
That would be the 70s.
You clearly know your Prince. Very good. That was I Want to Be Your Lover, which I believe was 78 or 79.
One of his first.
Well done.
First hits.
Yeah, you didn't sound like that was a guess at all. You know Prince pretty well?
Yeah, I like Prince. Right. I like him more from like the 80s and 90s, but I was born in the 70s.
I got you. All right. Here's your next clip. 80s, 70s, or 90s Prince song?
I think that's the 80s.
It is. Pop Life, 1980s. Everybody Needs a Thrill. I thought 90s too, Maurice. I saw you shaking your head.
Yeah.
I thought that one was 90s as well. But Pop Life was, now let me just confirm that my notes are correct.
Sure.
Pop Life was on the album Around the World in a Day, 1985.
Yeah.
Right smack dab in the middle of the 80s. Very good. You've got 2 in a row. Let's see if we can go for 3 with this one right here. Is that 70s, 80s, or 90s Prince, sir?
I'm going to go with the 80s.
I do apologize, but that was the 1970s. Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad off of Prince's one of his first 2 albums, which came out in 78 and 79. Good afternoon. Welcome to Drew Garabo Live. Who are you?
This is Dave.
Hey, Dave. How we doing today, bud?
I am doing great.
Excellent. You ready to play the Prince game?
Let's do it.
All right. 5 in a row. Get your Bolt tickets. Here is your first clip.
If you had a chance to see the future, would you try? Come, you will, so will I.
70s, 80s, or 90s?
I'm going to go 90s.
You are absolutely correct. The song Come, C-O-M-E, for those of you scoring at home, 1990s. Prince, here is your next song. 70s, 80s, or 90s, Prince?
I'm going to stick with the 90s.
You are correct. Can't Stop This Feeling That I Got came out in the 1990s. Well done. Here is your next Prince song.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
What do you think?
70s?
Well, I don't think the Batman movie was out yet in the 1970s, featuring Jack Nicholson, of course. Bat Dance, the 1980s Prince, but barely, almost 90s. Hello, definitely not 70s. Hello, who are you?
Rye.
How we doing? Did you say rye like rye bread?
Yeah, like Ryan Sandberg with an N.
Oh, all right, Ryan. I got you. Okay, Ryan Sandberg. Gotcha, not rye bread. That would be a terrible name.
There it is.
All right, Ryan. Is this Prince in the 70s, Prince in the 80s, or Prince in the 90s?
I'm shooting the dart, but we're going to go 80s.
I apologize, sir, but that was Soft and Wet. Prince not known for subtlety.
No.
Soft and Wet, and that was off his debut album, For You, 1978. Good afternoon. Welcome to Drew Garabo Live. Who are you?
Cheryl.
How's our day, Cheryl?
It's going pretty good. Hopefully it'll get better when I win these lightning tickets.
That's what I'm talking about. You're going to be at Game 1, Panthers Bolts, where we'll be broadcasting live tomorrow. Here is your first clip, my dear. Again, not known for his subtlety. What is that, 70s, 80s, or 90s, Prince?
80s.
Indeed it is. Off the album Dirty Mind, the song Head. I'll let you guess what that one's about. Not tennis rackets. And that was indeed 80s Prince, but barely. Here's your next Prince. What do you think?
I'm going 90s.
I apologize, my dear, but Controversy is vintage 80s Prince.
That was right on the edge, right? Of 70s, 80s.
Yeah. It was like 80, 81. Okay. Good afternoon. Who are you?
Hey, I'm David. How are you, Drew and Maurice?
Very well, David. Thank you. Controversy, by the way, album came out in 81. That was the first track off of it, called indeed Controversy. All right. I guess we got to shift to 3 in a row because I'm going to run out of damn songs here.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. Here's your first Prince song. Is that 70s?
An iPhone Mo?
No. Is that 70s, 80s, or 90s Prince?
That's 80s Prince.
Let's see. I think you're right. No. Let's see. No, I do apologize. Cream off of Diamonds and Pearls, 1991 Prince.
That was new power generation era.
PG. Hello, Drew Garabo Live. Who are you?
Steven.
How we doing, Steven?
I'm doing well. Getting ready to walk into Publix.
Well, hell yeah. What are you going to get? A little rotisserie chicken? A little Mardi Gras baked wings? What are we getting tonight?
Bottled water for work tomorrow.
All right. There you go. Good. Very important to hydrate. All right. And here is your Prince song.
My name is Prince, and I am funky. My name is Prince, the one and only.
His name is Prince, and he is funky. 70s, 80s, or 90s Prince?
70s.
Incorrect, sir. Not even close. That was off the Love Symbol album, 1992 Prince, not 70s.
I might have went 80s with. I thought it was
too.
like 88.
Me too. Hello, who are you?
Kelly.
How's your day?
That's great.
You ready to win some Bolts tickets?
Yes, I got this.
You do. You do got this. 3 in a row. Get your Bolts tickets for tomorrow night's Panthers game.
Come on and touch, place in me. It's calling out your name. We want each other oh so much. Why must we play this game?
70s, 80s, or 90s Prince?
80s.
Off of the timeless Purple Rain album, Take Me With the Letter U, clearly 1980s Prince.
Not a bad song on it.
Here you go.
We was getting locked in place. Stupid look on my face. It comes to making them pass me to mama. I just can't win the rest 'cause I get delirious.
What do you think, Kelly?
80s.
80s is
80s.
right. Here it is for all the money. 70s, 80s, or 90s Prince?
Shut up already. Damn.
80s.
Tell me who in this house know about the quake.
We do.
I mean, really?
You're telling me that Housequake Prince is 1980s Prince? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. Yes.
Final answer?
1987.
Oh,
whoa.
She clearly knows her stuff. You are absolutely correct. That is off the Sign O' the Times double album from 1987. I was working in Music Land when it came out. An amazing double album. You are going to the Bolts Panthers game 1 tomorrow. Congrats, young lady.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hold on one second.
If you know how to party, say, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But if you ain't hip to the rare house quake.
What an album. What an artist. Going through all of these songs, like, man, the man was just unbelievably talented and left a tremendous legacy of music and film behind him.
And died really oddly.
Yeah, like those in his inner circle knew that he was struggling with an opiate addiction, but the rest of us did not. Might have come from just an addictive personality, might have come from injuring his hip on stage and needing something to dull the pain. Regardless of what it was not uncommon to see Prince like outside of Walgreens, like hounding. Can you imagine you're going to Walgreens to get like Connie's or something else, and this purple dude comes up to you in the parking like, hey man, if you wouldn't mind, I'll write a song for you, and if you could just get my benzos for me, that'd be great. You'd be like, what? Yeah, I would get Prince pills, of course. Like,
hell yeah,
you've given me so much. Like the Purple Rain album alone, hell yeah, I'll get you whatever pills you need. Like you need pills, you need whatever.
I might see if I can follow him back to Paisley Park and get a guitar.
That would be nice. Play a little one-on-one. By the way, speaking of guitars, he went to a music store in L.A. I read this anecdote yesterday. He went into a music store in L.A., was asking about a guitar, if mahogany was better than oak and all this stuff, and struck up a conversation with the store owner who told Prince about a nearby school that had lost its funding for the music program. The very next week, a truckload of musical instruments pulls up to that school. They had the hardest time finding out who gave it to them.
Right.
Because it just had a number with a weird voicemail on it, and it turns out it was Prince who bought them their entire thing. He was a generous human being, certainly a somewhat weird human being. But
weird or
eccentric.
Eccentric, yeah, eccentric.
Yes, you're right. Some people see weird as a bad thing. I think weird is awesome. Mo, what do we got coming up in the Mo Betta?
Ooh, fire on the plane, fire that guy, and we're number 1.
Next on the Mo Betta News.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Stingray Chevrolet presents Calta Cruise 19. Calta Cruise 19 is happening on April 9th, 2026 for a 4-night cruise. We'll be on the Royal Caribbean Explorer of the Seas, departing from Port Canaveral and heading to Coco Cay and Nassau. And we'd love for you to join the party. You can book right now. Email caltacruise@gmail.com to put your deposit down today. Calta Cruise 19. Brought to you by Stingray Chevrolet, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4 exit 22, Plant City. For all the details, visit theboneonline.com. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Leaving Tampa toward the Howard Franklin, be aware that an accident between State Road 60 and the Hump has had the left lane blocked. Once you're past that, though, it is smooth sailing towards St. Pete. In southern Hillsborough, an earlier crash along northbound I-75 to the north of College Avenue has now been moved off to the shoulder, but continue expecting delays. There's also an accident clearing along Rodine Road at Balm Riverview. Meanwhile, an accident's causing blockage in Tarpon Springs along US 19 near Flora Avenue. There's also one in Pinellas along Park Boulevard at 40th Street. This is Jim with traffic.
After you've been injured at no fault of your own, you shouldn't be stuck footing the medical bills or dealing with lost wages. Farah and Farah's accident attorneys are here to make it easy. Contact Farah and Farah, 1-800-500-5555, farahandfarah.com. Make it a Farah fight, Tampa.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Get factory direct custom made impact windows installed before hurricane season starts. It's John Senning here for Reese Windows and Doors, where they've been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. At Reese, most impact windows are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks, and now you can win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 for your chance to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Suppressor Fest featuring Huxworks is back this Saturday, April 26th, only at Shark Coast Tactical. This is going
going to be a celebration of all things quiet. Will has a huge shipment and cutting deals on all Hux cans. And don't be that dude at the range with the loud 8R. Save your hearings with a Huxworks can. With a clean background check, the new norm is about 3 days for your tag stamp at Shark Coast. Get the Shark Coast Suppressor Fest featuring Huxworks this Saturday, April 26th. Shark Coast Tactiles often imitated, never duplicated. The shop is slinging freedom from 10 to 6 daily, closed on Sunday, but open online 24/7 at sharkcoasttactical.com.
Spring into savings at Crown Kia because it's all about location, location, location.
And Abby, it's all about selection, selection, selection. We have a sea of new Kias out there.
Over 400 new Kias available to choose from. Hurry in to shop our huge selection of no tariff inventory and save on a new Kia. Drive for only $219 a month.
Plus, no market adjustment or dealer installed options.
Crown Kia, the better way to buy.
And service.
CrownKia.com. For lease information and more details, call 1-800-371-0942.
John Senning here for Solar Bear. Power bills just went up again, and guess what? They're not coming back down. But at Solar Bear, they've got a better way. Go solar now and get your first 12 months completely free. That is right, no power payments for an entire year. Solar Bear is locally owned, going 10 years strong, and trusted by thousands with 5-star reviews across the state of Florida. Don't keep renting your power. Call Solar Bear or visit solarbear.com and own your energy without the rate hikes. John Senning here for Furman Ford, Clearwater's big Ford store. If you've been waiting, trying to figure out that perfect moment to buy a new truck or SUV, guess what? That time is now. For a limited time only, Ford Motor Company is offering employee pricing for all across a full line of trucks and SUVs. Now, what does that mean for you, you might ask? That means you're going to pay exactly what a Ford employee pays. This is an unprecedented opportunity that's going to give you massive savings on some of America's best-selling vehicles. Go see Bob Murray and my friends at Furman Ford today. They've got that brand new, big, beautiful showroom you've got to see to believe right on US 19 in Clearwater. You can even check them out online at FurmanFord.com. Furman Ford, from America, for America. Make sure you let them know that John Senning sent you.
Fuel costs add up. That's why fleet managers like Ed Keeley of Communications Unlimited are switching to Coast, the smart Visa fuel card designed to help business owners save on fuel and cut wasteful spending.
When we first started using Coast, we saved in the neighborhood of $22,000 from our previous month's invoice from our other provider.
Get fuel rebates of 4 to 10 cents on every gallon at Coast's 30,000 partner stations across the country, like Exxon and 7-Eleven. Plus, get greater control over your spending and block unauthorized purchases before they happen.
The biggest change is the controls that the Coast product allows us to have that the other vendor didn't. There was a lot of potential for abuse out there that became virtually impossible with Coast.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. Coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. See terms at coastpay.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Unique opinions, compelling conversation, and the best in afternoon entertainment. Now, the conversation continues on Drew Garabo Live.
Newsflash! I have news.
You may hear news elsewhere, but it definitely won't be Mo Better Than This.
Well, anyway, we're going to do a tune called
Mo Better News, right now on Drew Garabo Live.
I was watching TV and there was a double, a Denzel double feature on, I think, A&E. And I'd forgotten how great he was in John Q. John Q rarely gets mentioned. I don't know why it seems like that's the forgotten Denzel Washington classic.
Is that about insurance or something?
His son needs a heart transplant and he holds hostages at a hospital. And it's got Robert Duvall in it and a couple other cats.
I think it's one of those I've seen bits and pieces of on cable, but never sat down for the whole thing.
It's impossible to watch it and not tear up, especially if you're the father of a son.
I am.
I think it's
all right.
It's good. And then Training Day, which just never gets old.
Dude, what a film! Like it missed me in the theater, and then I watched it on the home box office. What a freaking film!
Yeah, one of those movies that if you're flipping through the channels, you have to stop down on it.
Dude, that scene where Ethan Hawke is in the Bato's house. And that girl saves his life because he saved her from being raped or whatever.
Yes, right.
Oh, what a film!
When they're dragging him, I mean, you want to talk about terror, you want to talk about horror. That is basically a horror scene where he's sitting around that table and he's trying to figure things out, and then the guy says, "Alonzo, he's gone," and he looks out the window and the car's not there.
Dude,
cold-blooded.
That is a horror film.
Speaking of cold-blooded, let's go to a cold drink. Tell me, Drew, if this man sounds like, I don't know, he may have had a couple of cocktails, if you will.
Oh, all right.
Let me know when you're ready.
I am.
All right.
This is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people and ruin their reputations. Not going to work with me, because we're changing the Defense Department, putting the Pentagon back in the hands of warfighters, and anonymous smears from disgruntled former employees on old news doesn't matter. So I'm happy to be here at the Easter egg roll with my dad and my kids, because, this is what we're doing it for. These kids right here. This is why we're fighting the fake news media. This is why we're fighting slash and burn Democrats. This is why we're fighting hoaxsters. This group, this group right here, full of hoaxsters that peddle anonymous sources from leakers with axes to grind, and then you put it all together as if it's some news story. And when we know it, we know exactly what it is. So I'm really proud of what we're doing for the president, fighting hard across the board, and I'm going to go roll some Easter eggs with my kids. Thank you very much.
I ain't saying there's anything wrong with having a cocktail.
He's going to be out of a job by the end of the week.
Do you? That seems to be the general consensus.
Yeah.
That come Friday, he's
got to go.
He does have to go.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not nothing anybody didn't know, even those that voted to confirm him. He's just woefully inadequate for that gig.
Yeah, I mean, call me crazy. Secretary of Defense, that seems like a pretty important gig that you'd want to have somebody, I don't know, with a lot of experience.
It does have secretary in it, but it's also got defense in it.
True. So, I think him including his wife on a group text about Yemen, a reporter, a left-leaning reporter at that, dude's got to go.
This is also something that I've thought about. Okay, so he had a reputation as a drinker. as a hard drinker.
Sure.
Then during the confirmations, to say for him to maybe pass, he said, if I get the job, I will never have another drink again.
Right.
Now, this is what I would say. You have the personality of a heavy drinker. Now you have a job that is probably one of the most demanding, difficult, high-pressure jobs out there. It seems to me that you trying to now stop drinking is exactly when those demons are going to be handing you glasses.
Absolutely. Bottles.
Well, I say glasses.
Here, sip this.
Yeah, just a touch.
Yeah, aren't you stressed out? Isn't this job a pain in the ass? Drink.
Well, First Republican has called on Trump to fire Pete Hegseth over his inexperienced concerns. A Republican member of the powerful House Armed Services Committee is calling on the president to dismiss Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth as pressure mounts following a stunning Pentagon purge amid charges of chaos. Of course, there was the leaks, the attack plans over unsecured, apps and data. You may be possibly right that he will be gone.
Yeah,
definitely. Does it also seem to you that there is just an awful, a big amount of airline incidents?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Delta flight catches fire on MCO tarmac. Passengers evacuated vis-a-vis the FAA. A Delta flight at Orlando International Airport was evacuated as flames were seen coming from the tailpipe of one of the aircraft's engines. All passengers did exit safely, and Delta is working to rebook them on another flight while the plane undergoes inspection. I would think it would have to undergo maintenance as well. It was a regularly scheduled flight between Orlando and Atlanta. Taxiing on the runway when the incident happened, there were 282 people on board, including 10 flight attendants and 2 pilots. There you go. I mean, this may be the second airline that was on fire, I think, within the week.
Yeah, and we're talking about this on John's Joints. Like, I wonder if it's that the manufacturing of these planes was done a couple of decades ago, and now all these planes are falling apart. I don't know. There's clearly something going on with air travel.
Well, you also have to remember, and I want to say it was the M83 that, and I think it was Boeing that was accused of having some issues with the design and not going in and fixing them after being alerted to them. As I've said before, you couldn't pay me to get on a plane. I said that before all of this, and I guarantee you now it's not going to happen. Speaking of... what was I speaking? I was speaking of the planes, but I didn't have the segue there, Drew.
Okay. I admire your self-awareness and transparency, Maurice.
Guess what area has seen the largest grocery price increase in the continental U.S.?
Hawaii.
It's not a bad answer.
It is a bad answer because it's not in the continental U.S. Mo.
Oh, sorry.
It's a terrible answer.
All right, scratch that. Why you tricking me? In the continental U.S., Drew.
Anybody can give a trick question. I like to give a trick answer. I'm going to go New York.
Why don't you go right where you're sitting? The Tampa Bay area sees the largest grocery price increase. I find this interesting. In the continental U.S., a study has found data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows the Tampa Bay area saw the largest increase of grocery prices of any metropolitan area in the continental U.S. The study by Smart Asset shows Tampa St. Pete grocery prices went up 4.3% between March of 2024 and March of 2025. So that means over the past year, the Tampa Bay area saw the largest. The related is that the egg prices continue to go. By the way, Hawaii ranked at the top with the biggest spike of 5.3. But as you pointed out, is not in the continental United States.
Not yet.
In the continental U.S., Florida is the hardest to get to, he added. There's no rail. There's no other mass infrastructure other than trucking, which when you think about that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
There's another big problem, a nationwide truck driver shortage. There's 250,000 truckers we need to hire tomorrow, he said. In turn, non-perishables like bread and other baked goods that are usually cheaper to truck in have gone up 5.3% in our area. Once it reaches produce season, all of the sudden truckers don't want to take the non-perishables because they get 2 or 3 times the amount of truck perishables all around the country. So there you go.
All right.
Yeah. So and then when you think about all of that, that definitely makes sense. From expensive groceries to free food, here's how to get a BOGO deal during 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs.
Ooh.
AKA Chipotle, offering this.
Not a fan. Yeah, people love it, and you should listen up so you can get your free Chipotle. Just not my jam.
Chipotle is offering BOGO entree deal for fans wearing hockey jerseys on April 21st. Is that today? That's today. After 3 p.m. The deal will celebrate the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs and is at valid participating locations. Each jersey-wearing guest can get up to 5 free items with the purchase of equal or greater value there. So you still have time to do that. Go home, get your jersey, and then get out to a Chipotle. Tell me where this is going to end up, Drew. Former deputy no-shows DUI manslaughter trial.
Oh, no.
Warrant issued. Joshua Roloffs did not show up for his scheduled trial in Tampa courtroom on Monday. Roloffs faces several charges, including DUI manslaughter in the 2022 crash on the Courtney Campbell Causeway. A judge issued the warrant and revoked Roloffs' bond after his lawyer said they were not aware of his current whereabouts. Now, let me ask you this.
Yep.
You pretty much know you're dead to rights.
Right.
You have been free for 3 years.
Yeah.
The trial is coming up in a week. Are you taking it on the lam?
Oh my God, yeah. If they've got evidence that's going to put me away, and I know that, I am not going anywhere near that courtroom. You're going to find me. I'm going to jail anyway. I might as well have some fun while I'm waiting to do so.
But what do you? Okay, how do you envision running from the law? Are you staying within the continental United States, Drew, or are you hightailing it over across the sea?
I don't know how to get out of the country without being detected, so I would probably try to hide like in the mountains somewhere.
Boat?
Yeah,
but take a boat to the Bahamas. Take a cruise to the Bahamas.
All right.
No. If you don't return, then they're going to flag you.
Yeah, and the minute you get on a cruise ship, they run your ID, so they're going to know where I am.
Okay, so you hire a private boat to take you out to one of the islands and then fly out from one of the islands to another island.
Yes.
Although you're still traveling with your passport.
Oh, what is the most difficult country to be extradited from? What would you think?
Most difficult country? Russia?
Country to be extradited.
Oh, I know you want to be laminated in Russia.
Yes, let's see. I don't want to be on the lam. I don't want to be anywhere. All right, several countries are considered difficult, including those with no extradition treaty, like China. France and Germany may refuse extradition on political or legal grounds, but Cuba and Ecuador have refused to extradite as well. So that's just like, I could swim there.
Yeah, but you're going to Cuba. I guess
I heard it's beautiful.
Yeah, I guess you could, and the food is great.
Oh my God,
yeah. You want to talk about Cuban sandwich heaven? I guess you could hide out there. I mean, you'd have to make some friends. You'd have to have some cash. But if you know you're going to be lamb chopping it, then you just sell everything you own, pocket the cash, and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I don't have any skills to survive on my own. Like doing radio is one of the only skills I have.
Right.
I don't think they're going to put me on a Cuban radio station. My Spanish is subpar.
I think I'd live the life that I could live those 3 years I was out. I want to think that I would try and face it and hope for maybe a reduced sentence, something that I could take care of. Although you're an ex-cop and you're going behind bars.
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard they don't get treated so good.
No, not at all. Not at all. Somebody that's going to be getting treated real good is this Brandon man who won $1 million prize from a Florida lottery scratch.
Suckers.
Loser. The Florida. First and foremost, I want you to see. Do I have this?
Yeah.
Look, he looks like he just won $5.
Man.
Loser.
Got to be happier than that.
You want to know the smile that'd be on my face? It's not Dateline Tallahassee. A Brandon man won $1 million prize from a Florida lottery scratch-off ticket. The Florida lottery said Huang Nguyen, 56 of Brandon, won on the $100,000 or $1 million a year for life spectacular scratch-off ticket. Bought the ticket from Saigon Marketplace. Probably owns that. How you trying to play me, Nyan? You know you own that market. The lottery said Nyan received a lump sum payment, of course, of $640,000. Did you hear about the kid that won the $25 million scratch off? How much are you taking home if you do the lump sum on $25 million?
I'm going to go $9 million.
A little low, 16.
All right.
16, which seems light to me.
Yeah.
Seems very light to me. Is the tax bracket, is it that high?
Yeah, taxes, they take a bunch when you win a lot of money, which is really unfair.
I guess, but am I going to be crying over taking home $16 million?
That's why they do it.
Yeah, I do not think that I would be. 19-year-old arrested. This is a story I'm doing that happened just over the weekend, and it happened right in my neighborhood. After man fatally shot at an apartment complex, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office has charged the 19-year-old man with murder. HSCO said they responded to reports of shots fired off of Orange Grove Drive. When they arrived, they found the male victim lying on the ground with multiple gunshot wounds, taken to the hospital, but died from his injuries. Through the investigations, they identified Josiah D'Angelo Cruz, 19, as a suspect. The HCO said that the Pasco Sheriff's Office helped to locate him in Pasco County, and he was arrested. If you're going to take it on the lam, go further than Pasco County. Charged with premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm, armed kidnapping, aggravated assault, and battery. I have some personal knowledge of the situation. He stalked. He was waiting in hiding for the cat, and it was all over a girl. So you'll be hearing that later on.
Oh, look at you with the insight.
Like I say, it was my neighborhood there.
Dudes just lose their mind over women, don't they? Like somebody breaks up with you and starts dating someone else. Some dudes cannot let that go.
Yes. Is that a mental illness?
I don't know. Maybe they feel like
emotional instability, or
all
just
the above.
A crime of passion, which would eliminate all of that and just say although I guess if you're lying in wait, if you're understanding somebody's schedule, that's not a crime of passion, because that's not something that happens. Yeah, not impulsive. Yeah, which I believe is one of the benchmarks for a crime of passion. Has to happen just like that.
Yeah, you gotta take that second to go, man, I've been laying in wait to ambush someone for a while. This is going to get me in trouble. It is not worth it. I'm going to move on with my life.
What am I doing? Absolutely. Right. What am I doing? Yep. You heard about the Who's drummer, Zach Starkey, son of Ringo Starr, getting kicked out. Well, he is back. Yes.
Back with the Who?
After the Who. After a brief parting of ways, Zach Starkey is back in the Who. Lead guitarist and songwriter Pete Townsend has announced that the band's longtime drummer, who is the son of Beatles legend Ringo Starr, is still part of the Baba O'Reilly group. He's not being asked to step down from the Who, Townsend wrote in a statement on Saturday. There have been some communication issues, personal and private, on all sides that needed to be dealt with, and these have been aired happily. Soon after the previous announcement, Starkey told Entertainment that he'd experienced a health scare in January and suffered serious medical emergency with blood clots in my right bass drum cap. He said, noting that he is now completely recovered and thinks his performance abilities remain unaffected. They did say they're going to try and tighten up his style, though.
Yeah, I guess Roger was saying that Zach Starkey was overplaying on songs, making it difficult for Roger to hear the backing track.
Right.
Dude, your band will be done within a year or two anyway, because Father Time will bring it to an end. Why fire the drummer now?
You talk about a band with one of the most ironic lyrics in rock.
Hope I die before I get old.
It's too late.
I saw them 15 years ago in Tampa, and when they did My Generation and he sang Hope I Die Before I Get Old, I'm like, even then I'm like, a little late.
Yeah, a lot late.
Little late.
You're a fan of Adolescence. I was going to try and watch it over this weekend.
Oh, brutal.
There were things that deterred me. I'm going to watch it this weekend. Adolescence Season 2. Are you up for that?
No. No. It was so well done, but it's one of those things like Requiem for a Dream and the movie Kids, where it's well done, but it is so emotionally grueling that I don't need to see it again.
Okay.
And you'll have the same reaction at the end of Adolescence. You'll go, damn, that was really well done. The last 20, 30 minutes, rip your freaking heart right out of your chest.
And we'll definitely have to talk about that on the front side of next week. Well, for those that would like a follow-up, Brad Pitt's Plan B company is in talks with creators of a follow-up to Netflix smash hit. Having not seen it and understanding what it is and what it does, is it a situation like, what was the Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson?
Oh, True Detective.
Is a situation where it would be a different child, a different situation, not related at all.
Yeah, I think you could do separate seasons. There was no season of True Detective as good as that season one with
that's what they say.
McConaughey and Harrelson. There were good seasons, to be certain. So I could see them in adolescence doing something similar.
Okay, having the knowledge that you have of it, knowing the story, is there another story, as you say, that could gut wrench you with a child? You think?
I'm sure. I'm sure there are many stories involving little kids who murder that they'll do just like the emotional part is the dad. Like, and I won't spoil anything, but the last episode focuses a lot on the dad and his feelings of like, I could have done more. Oh, dude,
I get it.
As a dad of a boy, you're just like watching it, going, this is heart-wrenching.
Oh,
brutal.
Okay.
Brutal.
I got two of them, so I'll be watching. And that's the Mo Better.
Thank you, Mo. You also have to watch 25th Hour. Just saying.
Yes, I
just saying. When we come back, I have an observation about the 20% service charge after getting hit with it this weekend at a wonderful restaurant. Had a great meal, but when we come back, we're going to talk about restaurants that get out of paying their staff an adequate living wage and expect you to do so by hitting you with the 20% charge on top of the overpriced food they're already charging you for. Next, on Drew Garabo Live. Some great events going on this week, courtesy of the Fran Hosh Law Group. Tomorrow night, bike night with the Bay Area Riders at Tampa Joe's from 7 to 11. Wednesday night, bike night at Quaker Steak and Lube, 6 to 10. Drove by there on Friday night after seeing my man T.L. Jenkins and a new set tear it up at OCC right up the road from Quaker Steak and Lube. Thursday is Bert's Great American Bike Night at Harley-Davidson Bert's Barracuda, 6 to 10. It's also bike night at Peggy's Corral in Palmetto. If you want information on these events and more, go to theboneonline.com and the Bone Biker Bar. You can go to lawfran.com or the Fran Hosh Law Group Facebook events page will tell you where and when all these great events are. Miles, take us to break.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. It's Lightning Hockey on 102.5 The Bone. The Bolts are back in the playoffs. Tomorrow night, your Tampa Bay Lightning are at home at the Amalie Arena to take on the Florida Panthers. The game starts at 8:30 p.m. It's the battle for Florida. You can listen to every single playoff game right here on the official station of the Tampa Bay Lightning. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw hockey. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
An earlier accident in Tampa along southbound I-275 between State Road 60 and the hump of the Howard Franklin has now been moved off to the left shoulder, but it's still causing stop-and-go traffic back to State Road 60. A crash along eastbound I-4 just past Mango Road's off on the left shoulder, but causing delays. So is an earlier mishap along northbound I-75 just past the College Avenue exit, which is off to the side as well. Our biggest problem on the Vanilla side continues to be from a wreck in Tarpon Springs along northbound US 19 at Flora Avenue. This is Jim with traffic.
You know, it's interesting. Car insurance commercials tend to focus on the simple fixes. A busted windshield, a banged up bumper. What about the human damages like pain and suffering? Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys won't let big insurance forget about your pain. For a Farah fight, you know who to call. Tampa.
Furman Chevrolet in Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. What makes us #1 at Furman Chevy Brandon? We say yes. Yes to having Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. And right now, we say yes to 0% APR for 60 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Chevy Tahoe or Suburban. Come see why we are #1. Visit us on Adamo Drive in Brandon or online at FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy Brandon. Together, let's drive.
This is a cat named Mo from Drew Garabo Live. Prime time, baby! I am the first Mo, but there is a second Mo, and he is the Mo that will help you if you need a personal injury attorney. It's Tampa attorney Mo DeWitt. Here he is to say one word because I've used up all the time. Hot. That's it. You got one word. Don't he sound sexy? 800, call Mo with an E. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Non-attorney spokesperson, offices Tampa.
That's Mo with an E.
Hush, little baby, yes you can. Mama's gonna buy you a prepaid plan. And with that Florida prepaid plan, Mama's gonna send you to college land. And when you're free to pursue your dreams, Mama's gonna watch your future beam.
With a Florida 529 prepaid plan, you can save for your little one's future. Plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment ends April 30th.
If Heineken Silver was a 60-second radio ad, it'd tell you all the stuff you need to know in only 30 seconds to keep things light and refreshing. Seriously, time me. Heineken Silver, a world-class light beer that's surprisingly crisp and refreshing. Made with only premium quality ingredients and just 2.9 grams of carbs and 95 calories. All without compromising on taste. Heineken Silver. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Whew. 30 seconds. That's it. Done. Peace.
This weekend at International Diamond Center, acclaimed jewelry designers are here with all new collections. Save up to 20% and spread your payments over 3 years with zero interest. 3 days only this Friday through Sunday, and only at International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
John Senning here. Are you ready to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Well, pick up your phone right now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Have you ever taken your family to dinner and been shocked at how expensive the bill was? Or gone to the doctor and been surprised by a large bill that was sent to you later in the mail? There is over $22 trillion in U.S. tax-deferred retirement accounts like the IRA and 401k. So do you know how much you will owe in taxes on those accounts in the future? Hi, I'm Rebecca Walser, principal of Walser Wealth Management and a tax attorney. And right now, I want you to think about how much you've saved in your own deferred retirement accounts, whether it's $250,000 or more. Guess what? That is not all of your money. You will have to pay those taxes in retirement as you withdraw it when you have no income. At Walser Wealth, we created a retirement tax bill calculator to show you what you will pay in future taxes on your accounts, and it's free for you to use. Go to mytaxtest.com. Knowledge is only power when it's followed by action. Knowing your future taxes, we can show you strategies that might help you lower them and lower your tax burden overall in the future. For now, use our free tax calculator, mytaxtest.com, mytaxtest.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
O'Reilly. Get one free set of Brake Best brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select brake rotors. You can upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or import direct pads for just $20 more. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Walk to Defeat ALS is more than a fundraiser. It's a movement that unites us all in support of those affected by ALS. Our goal? Make ALS livable for everyone, everywhere, until we can cure it. And it'll take all of us to get there. Saturday, April 26th in Safety Harbor. Details at als.org.
If you're hurt, accept no substitute. Call Farah & Farah. Tampa.
Climate Design Home Services. They really know their stuff. Climate Design has installed Trane heating and cooling systems for over 50 years. So put their experience to work for you. Visit climatedesign.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun Toyota.com.
I'm meteorologist Jim Weber in the Sky Tower Weather Center. A few clouds around for tonight, but it's a mild night. Low temperature down to 70. Then as we head into Tuesday, scattered clouds and a hot afternoon. Daytime high of 90 degrees. No rain in sight over the next several days.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
One of the things I love about the Beastie Boys Check Your Head is not only did they start playing their own instruments, they started playing funk. And pretty decent funk at that. I would like to get your opinion on the 20% service charge automatically attached to your bill. Not a gratuity. Not when a restaurant takes a party of 6 or more and puts the tip on, but this restaurant, and look, it was a magnificent meal. The food at Black Pearl in Dunedin is above and beyond just about any restaurant in the Tampa Bay area, with few exceptions. There's a page-long notice on the check that explains that 20% has been added to your bill. It is to help ensure that the back-of-the-house employees are paid a living wage. The thing is, if you're charging upwards of $50 for an entree, you're making a lot of money off that food, and you can pay your employees. It's not for me to pay your dishwasher, your sous chef, your chef, etc. That is for you to pay them. And I got good service. It's good. Guy was all right. Nothing wrong with it per se. I will say, personal observation, his demeanor changed somewhat when he found out that Sarah and I were not ordering wine.
Oh.
You know, because a lot of people do get expensive wines there. They've got a sommelier, etc. We did not. And you know, if I'm a server and I've got 4 tables, 3 of them are getting expensive wine, 1 isn't, I would probably prioritize those other 3 tables too. So no judgment here. It's just, it's somewhat off-putting when you are hit with that 20%. Let's say hypothetically the bill's $200.
Right.
It's now $240.
So $40, you can got that bottle of wine.
Right. And it says they don't require a gratuity on top of that for the server to take, but the server expects it.
Right.
So then you gotta sit there at the table and go, okay, well, let's see. Bill's $200, but really it's $240. And now if we tip the dude, we're paying 25, 30, 35, 40% more than the bill. I get it as a business model. I don't like it as a business model. And this was the first time that we ate at a restaurant where I really felt a particular way about them adding in a service charge, because it's a high ticket item. And the dude does this at his other properties as well. He's got a couple of restaurants in Dunedin. I know he's got the Sonder Social Club as well. We went there for the first time. Super cool. He's got Black Pearl. They do it there. I don't like it.
Is it something you're made aware of prior to ordering, or is it just a surprise at the end, which is, I would say, a little bit even worse?
So that's a great question, because I knew it because it had been in the news.
Right.
But no one says a word to you. Like the dude didn't say a word at all. Like he presented the check and it's all written out for you on the check. But no one says, like, when you sit down, hey, just to let you know, there's going to be a 20% charge no matter what on your bill.
Yeah.
And I imagine if you don't get adequate service, then you could ask for a manager and they would probably take it off or you reduce it or whatever. But it's just, this was the first time where I'm like, you're really expecting the diner. It's one thing that we are expected as diners to pay the server's wage by giving them a gratuity. I get that. It's part of the game. Anybody who's waited tables at any point in their life knows the importance of tips. But 20% to the back of the house, people? 20% to the sommelier? 20% to everybody that works there? Seems a bit hefty.
And how are they saying then you are not necessarily expected to tip the server? In addition, if all of this service fee is going to the back of the house, so are they saying, hey, it's okay for you to stiff? I mean, what they're doing is they're making you, they're not bullying, but they're certainly putting you in the position to look like the asshole.
Precisely, because the guy gave good service, but I wouldn't have felt good about not leaving him anything on top of that 20%, but I also wouldn't have felt good about leaving him another 25, 50 bucks on top of it because he wasn't that good. So I was like, I gave him, and maybe this is cheap, I don't know. I gave him $10 on top of that. I wasn't quite ready to give him $20 on top of that.
Right.
Because I don't know of that 20% that gets taken on, that gets put on the check, how much he gets.
Right, correct.
Does he get 10% of that? And then I'm going to tip him. I don't know. It puts the diner in a very weird situation. I think it is a broken business model. 800-771-1025.
Is it just the chain of restaurants owned by this one owner, or are there other entities that are utilizing the same?
Another great question. There are plenty of restaurants that do it that are not owned by this dude.
Okay.
I know they do it at Ponte in Midtown. I know they do it at, I don't want to say anything erroneous, but I know they do it at other restaurants in the Tampa Bay area. And it became a thing in, I believe, right after COVID. And I don't like it. I just don't like it. If you're going to do that, then maybe spell it out to not tip your server. If your server's going to get cut in on that amount, then that's fine. But then having to tip on top of that, or being expected to tip on top of that, a $200 meal becomes a $250, $260, $275 meal.
And I don't have an issue with if you have a party of 6 or larger at 8 and say, hey, listen, we're just going to automatically add the gratuity.
Sure.
I'm good with that. But 2 people, and then you're saying, hey, we're going to add 20%, and this is not the tip. We're going to add 20% to the bill.
That's exactly it. Yeah. It's not considered a tip. It's considered a service fee. Yeah. Well, then what is a tip? You're putting a service charge. Just maybe raise your menu item prices a little bit, and then cut in your sous chef and your sommelier and all that on top of that.
And why am I tipping the sommelier and I ain't had a bottle of wine? Well, I'm a beer drinker.
That's another great question. And what if we had got a bottle of wine? It would have been a freaking $300 bill. Hello there, Drew Garabo Live. Who are you?
Hey, Drew, it's Steve.
What's up, Steve? How are we doing?
Good. Listen, I waited tables myself a couple times over the years. I'm about your age, though, so I've been out of the game for forever.
Yeah.
But my guess is you did right with the $10. More than likely, the bulk of that goes to him, and he has to tip out a percentage of his tips.
Yeah, like you, I waited tables too, and you had to tip out the bar and tip out the busser, etc. So I'm going to assume that he got most of that money, but I have no idea. I just think it's a restaurant owners already get away with not paying their service staff adequate wages because of gratuities, and now it just kind of feels and looks like they're doing the same thing with the back of the house employees as well,
Yeah, I think you're right. I definitely agree with you.
Right on. Thank you. Fight the power. Hello, Drew Garabo Live.
Hey,
Hi.
So I'm kind of struggling to find what is the benefit for telling customers that this is what we're doing with your 20%. Why not just add a couple of bucks onto each item, not say anything? What are they gaining by being like, hey, you're paying our back of the house staff? I don't get that.
Yeah, I guess transparency, but I don't know anybody who feels great about that. Maybe they give you the satisfaction of knowing you're helping their back of the house employees make a living wage, but how is that my responsibility as a customer when that should be your responsibility as a business owner, right?
Exactly. I just feel like some guy sat in his office and thought, oh, this is going to be a great idea. I'm just going to tell everybody you're paying my staff and they're going to appreciate it. But I don't think anybody appreciates it.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
And I think I have another answer to his question. Again, if they just add $2 or $3 or $4 to the menu items and raise the price, now they look like the a-hole.
Right.
But again, if they say, hey, you don't need to what they're doing is they're just making sure that they don't look like an a-hole in a situation where they don't want to step up and do what they need to do.
Correct. And they do it at another restaurant I absolutely love, Osteria Natalia, which is on MacDill. Quaint little Italian joint, phenomenal food, always gotten great service there. But they are another one where you get hit with a 20% service charge automatically added to the bill. I'm reading an article from August of last year in the Tampa Bay Times about Tampa Bay area restaurants that do this. Kobe Restaurants does it, but that's like when you've got like a table for 10 people. Right. They do the Black Pearl, the Living Room, and Saunders Social Club, all operated under the Feinstein Group in Dunedin, use a commission model with a 20% service charge. Kobe adds an 18%. Krabby Bill's in St. Pete Beach and Indian Rocks Beach has a 10% menu stabilization fee.
I know. See,
what?
I mean, let's talk about that for a minute.
Menu stabilization. So in order to not have to raise the prices on your menu, you're going to hit me with a 10% or 15% or 20%. What? Yeah. What is really going on
Just
here?
raise the prices. I have more respect for you raise the prices. I also would say, okay, well, that's what they're charging for it. You know.
Stabilize these nuts.
Yeah.
Hello, who are you?
Bob.
What's up, Bob?
Hey, so here's the skinny.
Yeah.
The tip credit is hurting these employers because they've adjusted the payroll to a minimum wage of $15 an hour. So the fix is to pay people even nothing per hour, and they do a calculation and figure out how much you would have made, and then they add the 20% so that you pay it as the consumer, and me as the business owner does not have to pay payroll tax.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I suspected, in that we are absorbing the fee that a restaurant owner does not want to pay, right?
Absolutely.
I don't like it.
I don't think that there are servers at these restaurants making $15 an hour.
They're making more than that.
I mean like by like salary. They're not making $15 an hour.
No, they're not.
They may be on tips, but not as a rule.
800-771-1025. Now, the server is the ambassador between the kitchen and the restaurant. Like, I don't have a problem tipping a server because while indeed the chef prepares delicious food, in this case, the lobster risotto, and believe it or not, this sounds so stupid to say, the salad at the Black Pearl was the greatest salad I have ever had in my entire life. Nice. A warm lemon poppy dressing, gorgonzola. It was an amazing salad dressing. The chef there knocked it out of the park. But that's what the restaurant owner pays him for. The server does a good job making sure water's refilled, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. And that's why you tip the dude. Or lady. Hello, Drew Grabo Live.
Hey, Drew, how you doing?
What's up, dude?
Not much. Hey, I think that's, I've heard about restaurants in Dunedin that are doing like some kind of thing where they pay their servers $1 an hour and call them independent contractors.
Ooh.
And then they add money to the bill, which is ridiculous. I mean, I run a $100,000 a day restaurant, and our servers get $10 an hour. Well, minimum wage now for servers is $9.98.
Oh,
and that's a lot. This is why you don't see a lot of servers on the floor anymore.
Yeah.
Like that 4-table section thing is a thing in the past.
Dude, that's what I've noticed too.
Now you go into a place.
Dude, back in the day at Olive Garden, they wouldn't let you have more than three tables in your section because they wanted to make sure you gave great service. Now, I imagine, I look around at servers, they got freaking 5 tables over here, 3 more tables around the corner, 2 tables on the patio, a bar table, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's some places that had to absorb it. They just had to staff less people. And, but it's, the end raise their prices.
Yeah.
But it's
to add an extra gratuity, if your bill's $200 and then you're paying $300 of a tip, that's a one and done. Like you're never going to go back there again.
Yeah.
So I don't see those places being open longer than a year.
It does seem rather kind of short-sighted, like you're trying to recoup now, whereas, long term, I don't think that this is a business model that is going to stick around forever. At least I hope not. 800-771-1025. Drew Grubba Live, hello.
Hey, this is Steve calling in. I have two reasons why I don't like it. The first one is it kind of like I've been at places and it was like that, and the service wasn't that great. So now it puts me in a position where I'm automatically forced to, give that 20% when the service wasn't even that great. The second thing is I've been out at places and I've been so drunk that I didn't even know that they were offering that 20%. The 20% on top of that.
Yeah.
So here I am giving 40% for a meal.
Right.
And I don't notice the next day till I get home and I look at my credit card statement.
So then in that situation, and again, even when we're drunk, it's our responsibility to check the bill, but you're not going to. Don't you think that the server, when he places the bill down, even if it says like a little write-up on the left, like this is why we do this, I believe even at an elevated restaurant, the server should say, just to let you know, you'll see a 20% service fee on that. I get some of that. Those in the back of the house get some of that. Should you care to leave anything on top of that, it is not required, it is not expected, but it is appreciated.
I like that.
Yeah, but at that point there, you're tipping almost 30-40%.
Exactly. And if you get good but not great service like that guy just said, well, then you're giving a guy 30%, 35%, 40% for doing an adequate job. Hello, Drew Grubba Live.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? I got a question for you. Kobe does the same thing. Would it be against if you just say you did get good service? Would you be able not to pay, I wonder, and not pay that gratuity? Just like hotel resorts.
So they are required, I believe, by law, if you tell them that you did not receive great service, I believe they are required to take that off of the bill. And if they say that they can't, just tell them you heard on the radio that they're supposed to. And then they definitely will. With Kobe, I haven't had to, I don't know that I've ever eaten at Kobe. But do they have servers, or is it just you're sitting at the table while the guy does the same predictable jokes that he's done? Like, we want to see an egg roll, look, egg rolling.
I used to go semi-often. I haven't been in a minute, but maybe 5-6 years ago. I don't recall that they have. I mean, they drinks, yeah,
right.
But yeah, I think when the chef is doing the chop suey, he slides it onto your plate for you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like the server's just there to get you beverages.
Yes, correct.
So then they're charging you a service fee, and some of that should go to the chef, because at a place like Kobe, the entertainment of the chef, like lighting the onions on fire and flipping shrimp into your hat and all that stuff like that.
It costs money to send them to that magician school.
I guess it does.
Dude, the onion volcano. It's like, come on, man.
You're sitting at a table with freaking jagoffs from Iowa. Before we get out of here, I just want to say a couple of things. Number one, I was at OCC Roadhouse. Thank you. Shout out to Vic. Seeing my buddy TL Jenkins on Friday night. And my girlfriend was there, her daughter was there, and we were with Daniela and her husband. We had a great time. After I got up on stage with TL, we did a couple of songs together, the Humpty Dance, Jump Around, and Mickey Avalon's My Dick. The gentleman came to the backstage area and motioned me over, and I approached the gentleman, and he said, my wife was going through the cancer fight at the same time as you, and we heard you talking about it on the radio, and we were really rooting for you. My wife lost her fight. And I just wanted to thank that gentleman. I could see in his eyes the profound sadness of losing his wife, and I appreciate very much you sharing that with me, because it was a reminder. Not that I needed one, but it was a reminder of how fortunate I am to be on the other side of this. I don't take it for granted ever, but that was one of the first times that I saw in person the anguish in someone's eyes who lost someone who was fighting at the same time as I was. I was very viscerally aware while I was in Moffitt that the people in the rooms around me, not all of them were going to get out of that hospital. The cancer claims a lot of lives, and it's probably taken lives from people you know and love. I thought about for one of the first times what it would have to feel like for my girlfriend to say that to someone else. Oh, my boyfriend was in the fight at the same time you were. He didn't make it. The disease so disgustingly and disappointingly affects those around the patient as much as, if not more than, the patient himself or herself. So if you have someone in the fight, my heart goes out to you. I hope you're able to hear this radio program hosted by someone who is a cancer survivor and know that you can make it through and you will make it through. It is a brutal disease that takes too many people. So thank you very much to that wonderful gentleman for sharing that with me, and I'm tremendously sorry that your wife did not make it through the fight. To put a nicer bow on this, my son yesterday decided he wanted to go to first Lakeland with me and then play golf with my friend Todd Wright and me, and we played 18 magnificent holes after a great family outing, and we're driving home, and he had the idea of stopping by Five Guys Burgers. I never, ever, ever on a Sunday night when I'm trying to watch what I eat, I never would have done that by myself. I never would have thought I am going to get a decadent, greasy double burger and a bag full of fries. And by the way, they still give you that bag full of those beautifully soggy fries.
Aim is strong.
Oh, my God. But, man, we stopped. We ate it in the worst part of town possible. I mean, we ate at the one by the fairgrounds. So ghetto bird flying overhead, of course. and we finished it, and we're sitting there driving home. And I just couldn't sufficiently tell my son how much it meant for me to experience that day with him. Like to shoot 87, 44 on the front, 43 on the back with my buddy Todd, helping Todd keep his mind off of his situations. It was an incredible day. And then this morning I just texted Xander to let him know like what it meant for me yesterday, because I was just beaming from ear to ear to be able to spend time with Sarah in the early afternoon, and then Xander and Todd in the later afternoon. And then morning Babs, he calls me Babs and I call him Bubs. It's a thing we've done ever since he was 3. Happy Monday to you. Thank you so much for letting me tag along all day. I had so much fun, and it was the best day I've had in so long. I love you most, and I'm very thankful to still have you in my life at the capacity that we're there for each other. Beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Wanted to share it with you. Hug your kids extra tight tonight. Appreciate life. Value it. And we will talk to you tomorrow from the Amalie Arena at around 3:30 with the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Florida Panthers in Game 1 of the NHL playoffs. It's exciting stuff. Thank you, Maurice.
Thank you, boy chick.
Thank you to the timeless Pat Boone for joining us earlier in the program. Still can't believe that happened. Apologies to the Jewish gentleman who wanted me to turn on his hot tub for him. I did not do so. I don't regret anything. And
Pat Boone read you the riot act, Jack.
He thinks I'm a good Samaritan. Well, he would have if you hadn't opened your trap. We will see you tomorrow from Amalie Arena. Thanks a lot for listening. Coming up next, it is Monday, so you got the replay of the Mike Calta show. I'm sure they had a fantastic show this morning. Then the Johnny B after show, JP setting show, and then our little show. Hit us up on Instagram. He is Catnamo. I am DREWGARABO. I've enjoyed our time together very much, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. NASCAR lives on 102.5 The Bone. The Cars. the drivers.
I'm not surprised, and anybody who is should rethink their NASCAR knowledge.
And all the left turns you can handle. Race Day Sundays, where NASCAR lives in Tampa Bay. Right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ulm Jeep Ram, #1 in the country. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Tampa, an earlier accident along southbound I-275 just past State Road 60 is now out of the way, but another one southbound at Howard, Armenia is blocking the right lane of the on-ramp. Fortunately, there aren't a lot of major problems being reported right now on either side of the bay, but up in the Tarpon Springs area of Pinellas, do continue expecting to encounter accident activity from an earlier crash along northbound US 19 at Flora Avenue. This is Jim with traffic.
With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com and start packing.
If your car's been totaled in a crash, you're entitled to collect what it retails for on the lot. But if insurance companies don't offer what you deserve, we are here to keep them honest. Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Looking for expert construction services in Tampa Bay? Waterman Construction Group is your go-to for commercial and residential projects. From demolition to new HVAC, patios, pavers, and driveways, they've got you covered. Whether it's a new build, remodel, or storm repair, Waterman Construction handles your project from start to finish with personalized service, honest pricing, and guaranteed same-day response. Visit watermanconstructiongroup.com or call 813-715-7383. Waterman Construction, your vision is their mission. Tell them Mike Caldesea.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
John Senning here for Hawkins Service Co., a one-stop shop for all your home services from repairs and maintenance to upgrades. Hawkins is the go-to solution for all your HVAC and pool repair needs. And let's get that pool ready for summer. Right now, Hawkins is offering $250 off variable speed pumps for the pool, as well as $250 off pool automation systems. So schedule that appointment today. 813-445-8209 or visit them online at hawkinsserviceco.com. Hawkins, one call handles it all.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Fuel costs add up. That's why fleet managers like Ed Keeley of Communications Unlimited are switching to Coast, the smart Visa fuel card designed to help business owners save on fuel and cut wasteful spending.
When we first started using Coast, we saved in the neighborhood of $22,000 from our previous month's invoice from our other provider.
Get fuel rebates of 4 to 10 cents on every gallon at Coast's 30,000 partner stations across the country, like Exxon and 7-Eleven. Plus, get greater control over your spending and block unauthorized purchases before they happen.
The biggest change is the controls that the Coast product allows us to have that the other vendor didn't. There was a lot of potential for abuse out there that became virtually impossible with Coast.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. Coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. See terms at coastpay.com.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at Hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/radio. That's Hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Morgan & Morgan, dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Please listen carefully.
This program was recorded at an earlier date and time. The content contained here may be out of date in context. Listener discretion is advised. 102.5 The Bone.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home, 'cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
All right, here we go.
It's the Mike Calta Show.
Now, you ready for this? This is happening!
Good morning.
Good morning.
We've talked the whole night through.